remember. Uh. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay,
This is gonna be pretty informal. To be clear.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's been 3 months. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do our recap, and let's collaborate on it. Okay, what do we got? Why don't you go ahead and start with what you remember, Cade?
Well, I remember that we got Valerian out of his cursed armor.
Yep.
Right. We finally did that.
Yes, I do remember that as well.
And then we were chasing down these space pirates, right? The not pirates, the raiders. What are they called? Reavers. There we go.
The abandoned.
The abandoned, yeah. And then I can't remember why we were doing that though, versus going straight to the planet. Can anyone fill me in on that?
Well, because I think before we actually got this Durantier, we had that fight with the ships, and we spoke to Dead. The guy was like, "Oh yeah, we have a hideout, or maybe we found a map, I think, and it pointed us to that direction, that location." And so we decided, since it's a little bit beyond Durantier, we were going to go there after Durantier.
Gotcha. I think in terms of not outside of character, I think I was always wanted to just go straight to the next planet.
Yeah.
But if you guys still want to do the space pirate thing, we absolutely can. If you just want to finish, if you just want to close that off, that felt like a side quest to me versus the main dish was getting to the next planet.
Yeah, I feel like that's a loose thread that it might be fun to use to get back into the swing of things.
That's actually a good point because we'll probably get into combat right away, won't we?
Yeah. Even like prior to that, I think we were on like this planet of rebels, like visiting, like seeing how the Goliaths were doing, but they weren't really. They were having issues with the atmosphere.
That's right.
Yep.
And so our ultimate solution ended up involving planting one of Oak Blossom's seeds to see if a dryad, like, do I refer to it as a dryad?
The tree that you planted?
Yeah.
It's... Well, so Oak Blossom is quantified as... What is it? A treant? But I think a dryad would be... Like, a young dryad would be an acceptable term. Maybe I'm misremembering how that genealogy goes, but yeah.
Gotcha. In any case, our long-term solution was something like, well, we know that Oak Blossom regulates the atmosphere for the Dragonhawk. So perhaps, one of her seedlings, I think we ended up naming it Juniper.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Would be in a good position, or would also have the opportunity and perhaps even like thrive or produce a similar atmospheric regulation effect to create a space where the Goliaths would be able to operate and flourish.
Yeah, that was good. That was good bringing that part up. Oh boy. What else can you guys remember?
I think whenever we went to the abandoned hideout, like, we scouted it out more than anything, and then we found, like, the middle was a gravity well. That's what we kind of used to, like, slingshot ourselves. But there was, like, I think there was, like, one ship that was on the outskirts or the outside of the asteroid, but...
I think I have a note that there were 3 ships, and it was the main ship, and then the two kind of beat up ships from our encounter the first time.
The Red Sail ship, right?
Yeah.
The name of the ship is the Red Saber. Very good note taking there, Toad. Okay.
Okay. So, and as far as this goes, too, also it's the case that we found this hideout, but like also, how are we attacking it? Because Dragonhawk not the best at straight up combat.
That is true.
Gene also like sense something.
Yes, there's also like something in the we used the thing, the Tech Magic telescope to find out that stuff.
Yeah, didn't Alric send out like some crazy call? Do I recall that right? You sent out like a call through your tentacle whip.
Oh yeah, because Ulrich's like part Eldritch Abomination now.
Yeah, he's incorporated it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do remember that. That was a genius idea.
That was very fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Very, very much like leaning into that aspect of the character.
Chris described it as something scarier and much worse being in or on the asteroid.
And there was like a doorway carved into the asteroid as well.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yes, there is an entrance. It seems like there is something inside of the asteroid. You had it correct that there were 3 ships. You wrote that down correctly. And it looked like while you were scouting out that like these ships were there. You saw some activity like around the ships and potentially around the doors. That was, I think, the most of your scouting missions. What happened? And then, you guys decided to press on currently to Eberron. However, you're not terribly far. We ended the session as you were heading that way. So we're kind of at a point where you can press... Actually, I take that back, because you guys were coming up on... We were rolling for random encounters at the end.
Yep. And we got like the little parasites that were eating. Yeah.
Yep. You guys were on the way to Eberron. So so you rolled for the parasites, and then you rolled one more time, and that was the end of the session. And so that encounter is built. That random encounter is probably where we're going to be picking up. After that random encounter, if you guys want to come back and decide what direction you want to head out to after that, we can. Because you guys have to hit you're coming up on this random encounter, and if you recall, before each planet, like a day or two before each planet, there's the buoys with the messages from back home. So you guys will hit that, and that'll tell you about Eberron and what to expect and whatnot. So, does that work for you guys?
Yeah,
sure.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Would you say we took a long rest between the space leeches and our next encounter?
Certainly. Certainly you took a long rest. And I you know what? I think that's a great place to pick up. So, after disposing of the space leeches, which were eating away at the integrity of your ship, even after you had done so much work, Alric, to get the plasmoids off the ship, to repair the ship, these gemmer leeches were just going ham on the wood. Luckily, you were able to get them off before too serious of a damage occurred, but regardless, there was some damage that needed to be repaired. After doing some of those repairs, the majority of you, besides the Night Watch flying the ship, decided to rest for the night, right? So, after a long day of fighting leeches and repairing the ship, we awake again. In space there is no time, it's just ship time, right? So let's go ahead and jump back into it with our morning rituals, okay? So let's start with Alric. After a long night of repairing the ship, Alric, you wake up. What is Alric doing this morning?
Okay, so the repairs are complete at this juncture. We have another confrontation with the Abandoned to look forward to. We have Valerian out of the armor. I suppose he's questioning, I think you check up with Oak Blossom to see, asking about whether she can sense anything about Juniper, if they have like a connection. I think he'd be in a mind, like he'd be in a mind place where he's thinking about the adventures they've been on, all the different factions they've met and they've interacted with, the legacies that they've been leaving. Mm-hmm. And after doing, all this work to, finally scrub clean what he essentially sees are, barnacles for the Dragon Hawk, there's a setup of just like, well, a long day of satisfying work. Can we check up on some of these places that we've been visiting?
As you ascend the stairwell, being careful to dodge some of the vines that tend to grow up out of some of the more looser planks of the stairwell, you emerge out onto the main deck of your ship, the Dragonhawk, the stars blurring in the distance as you speed across the cosmos. And you turn to what is the closest equivalent to an engine, a living engine on your ship, Oak Blossom, the massive Treant who stands almost casually as you fly through space. And as you opine to her abilities to communicate with her kin, she responds positively. She says, the further we get away, it gets more difficult. However, yes, I can feel her. She's so small. She is mine. One day she will grow up large enough that she will develop her own true sense and identity, and I won't feel her strongly then. But for now, yeah, I feel her sprouting. She's grown. She's doing okay. Slowly building up a tolerance to, I feel her getting wasted for sure. It's gonna take some time to, her to build up her own tolerance, but yeah. It feels good. She kind of like looks off to the distance, like in the direction back towards the Ring of Sybaris. Excited. That's the emotion I'm getting. How's that? Does that work? Is that your morning quotes for you? You feel better now?
There's a small smile that like spreads across his face, and there's a question. It's like, Oak Blossom, were you raised on a planet like Zorantir? Were you native to Eberron when you first placed within the Dragonhawk?
She like puts her hand over her chest. She's just like, at least buy me something nice before you ask about where I'm from. You're asking me to date myself. She like rolls her eyes at you and looks away. Mm-hmm. But like then like gives you the side-eye glance back.
Apologies. I was just looking into, where you've been from. We don't have to mention a single year, date at all.
Well, you must know, I am not from Eberron. I know, Shaka Ray.
I couldn't think of a treant like yourself that could pilot, that could fuel our craft.
Nobody does it better than me. She like stretches up and like is still getting over a long night of flying. You guys kind of slow it down a little bit more as the crew becomes more active. You give everyone time to do crew rest over. The hours of flying tend to drain on your arbiter. But no, I'm not from anywhere super fancy, just Thelanis. It's only the coolest place ever. I mean, where do you think half the ship came from? You're welcome.
Coolest place ever, but still you travel.
I get around.
Like you were born to it.
But I'm a lady, please. I just like to travel. What else do you want to know at the ass crack of morning? Why is he always... And she like turns to Valerian as you're like sitting in the chair, probably like half awake, half asleep. Like, why is he always so peppy in the morning?
Oh, that's just him, I guess. I don't know. Did you already make some coffee, Eric?
Yeah, there's a setup where I think Belle comes up behind as like slightly steaming.
Wait, is Belle is Belle a working coffee pot?
I think so. I think we've established that it's like a tea. It's like a working like kettle with brewing capacities, right, for tea or coffee.
Canon, that's the shit. I support it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know if it's as strong as you'd like, but I think it puts a little extra something to our mornings.
I would love a cup.
Mm-hmm.
Valerian, you see Belle kind of like chiming as it floats towards you, and as you pull a cup out of somewhere in your pack, just slowly fills up with steaming, piping hot black coffee.
I imagine I just pull out the tankard, and it's obviously not filled. And if it is, you'll just pour the rest of it out and
Irish coffee.
Irish coffee. Yeah,
just a little hint of Irish coffee, not too much.
There you go. There you go. Erin, your captain, as she heads upstairs, gives you the side eye, but keeps walking. She doesn't say anything. It's early. Toad, as you come out of your daze of your nightly rituals, the smell of coffee wafts in from just a few feet away. Also, the smell of bird wafts back into your nose as if you've somehow forgotten it through the night. The coffee has reawakened all of your senses, and now you smell everything in the room.
Yeah, I think Toad smelling coffee is like great. Someone else did that, and I think Toad's gonna focus on cooking breakfast for everybody. Probably like worm meat hash.
We do have a lot of worm meat.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot of worm meat to work. Toad is like really looking for inspiration and recipes, and I think Toad like whips up some breakfast and heads up to the top of the deck.
Oh yeah. Okay.
See Valerian and Ulrich.
Okay. All right. As you come upstairs to see Valerian and Ulrich, the footsteps hitting the stairs as you ascend. The footsteps are pretty close to where Rick is sleeping. As you hear the footsteps just nearby your cabin. Rick, what are you doing as Toad is heading upstairs?
Allie, can we collab? Can I help Toad with the morning breakfast? Like, how does it work when you're feeding the whole ship?
I think that would be really helpful. I think Toad probably like very stoically takes all of the responsibility on and is like low key a little stressed about having to feed that many people.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, is it like the bear situation in the mess hall? Like, what's going on? Do you have like? Yeah, because you're the head chef, but like, do you have people helping you out, like other crew members?
You have 2 crew members that assist you, Toad. You have Eldon and Lucar, who you can see on the crew deck, and I think there's one more who's on the opposite shift who's currently resting. But yeah, you have 3, maybe 4. You also have bar staff. Yeah, so you've got like 4 or 5. So you actually have a decent amount of people underneath you as far as handling the food and preparations around the ship.
Perform. Like, how good are they at their job?
They're good. They stick to a very not strict menu, but a very standard menu of some decent dishes. Some meals are better than others, right? But they're making for a ship full of people, so they go for quantity over quality. On a scale of 1 to 10, it ranges between like 5 to 6, and then maybe 1 or 2 meals that don't go well get worked out of the rotation for something different. But every time you engage on new recipes, that scale goes up probably 7, 8, 9. you know. So the purple worm has been a big hit. It's added a new source of flavor for everyone. So, however, you know, as the chef, as the head chef, as time goes by without a refuel, without a restock of spices, herbs, and normal ingredients, the quality of the food over time will diminish, and it's going to affect the morale. So you've been doing a good job keeping morale well, with keeping bellies full.
Okay, I think in that case, as Toad goes to make breakfast, they'll knock on Rick's door, assuming Rick is awake, because of course Rick would be awake.
I feel like I'd be up pretty early time.
Yeah, I imagine Rick's an early riser, an old military guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as you open the door, or as you hear this soft knocking, Rick, you open the door and you see your druid compatriot, your Warforged druid compatriot Toad, standing at the door.
Have we done this before? Like, has Rick and Toad collabed on the morning breakfast before, or is this like a new thing?
I think, if I remember right, Rick helped out with some of the cooking for
on the planet. On Zorantir,
Zorantir,
right?
I'm saying retroactively. Do you want to make it so that we've worked together on this stuff before, or?
Yeah, I feel like Toad and Rick have since having similar feelings probably about the genocide on Zorantir, probably bonded a little. And I think Toad. Yeah, I imagine Toad often asks Rick for help. I think mostly from a point of she needs another opinion about the things that they make, because Toad can't taste food but wants to experiment, and
also Rick has to monitor what goes in the food to make sure the health of the crew, because it's
you're the dietitian, bro.
Yeah, it's a big part of it. Also, because what else is he doing? Ship doctor doesn't actually do that much normally. Hopefully he's doing much of anything, because the ship is fully.
Yeah. That's a solid point, right? You definitely also deal with the health, and the health of food is important. So yeah, I imagine you guys collaborate on this quite a bit. So,
but he's a man of the gods, and soul food is also beneficial. So you gotta have a balance. It can't just be oatmeal.
Hell yeah, that was an excellent segue. I'm a man of the gods, and soul food is my shit. Canon. I'm stealing that. Okay. So, as the two of you head into your morning routines of getting breakfast ready, you're greeted by the two human, the dwarf and the human of Lucar and Eldon, who are starting to get prep ready for you all, and they just, good morning, officers. We've started already. Is there anything in particular you'd like us to get ready?
Let's see. I'm trying to think. Who would Toad favor in this moment? Is one of them more in charge? Are they kind of on the same level?
They're pretty much on the same level. There's the hierarchy is they are all of the same rank, and they report to you.
Right. I think okay. Toad just looks at Eldon. Then it's going alphabetical because that makes logical sense. And it's Eldon, yes. I feel inspired this morning. I would like us to try using the worm meat in a hash casserole with lots of potatoes and vegetables and then Toad pulls out their spice pouch and is and maybe a hint of something spicy. Does that seem a balanced, fulfilling meal for the crew?
Rick nods. He's yeah. That seems. I think we can work with that.
Eldon looks in the pantries and looks in the stores, and he's oh, we do have some vegetables that were going to go bad soon, so that works out well. I'll get that right away. Is there anything else?
Can someone put on another pot of coffee? I just feel like Belle should not have to take on the lion's share of making coffee for everyone.
The small woman who walks right past you, you just hear a tiny, "Yes, chef," as the halfling walks past you and starts getting the coffee ready.
Awesome. Rick, will you taste some of this for me? I just want to make sure I'm not... I've heard people have told me that I've maybe been a little heavy-handed with some of the spice lately. I don't think everyone has the same vision that I.
It's a matter. It's a matter of taste. I mean, I absolutely will. I'll help you out.
Thank you. And Toad just like sprinkles like, I don't know, the spiciest pepper that exists on Corvair. Like pulls it out of her pouch and sprinkles a little on top.
Carnath Reaper. Yeah, it's a Carnathi Reaper.
Carnathi Reaper.
One of the crew was talking about these peppers and seemed so positive about it.
All right, let me roll a Constitution.
You already knew what I was gonna ask for. Go ahead and roll that Constitution save, big dog.
Uh-oh.
Ooh. No. Roll me a 1d10, please.
All right. Boosh.
Okay. Rick, you are for 10 minutes, let's say for 10 minutes you are blinded because it is so spicy that your eyes start to water and you accidentally touch your eyes.
Oh no.
You are blinded for the next 10 minutes.
No, Rick, are you okay?
It's a little too much. It's a little too much.
Okay. Thank you. And Perani pulls out like a little notebook, like makes a note. Carnathi Reaper is too spicy.
The rest of your kitchen crew just slowly step back from Rick. Like, do you want some water, sir? Like,
yeah, of course.
You're like handed a thing of water, and Belladonna, the halfling, like puts her small. You just feel tiny hands take you. Well, they're not tiny to you. They're the same size hands as you.
Hands,
yeah, they're normal size hands to you, and you just feel like a slice of bread hit your hands. She says, "Take this, sir. This might help."
Yeah, I start wiping my eyes with the bread.
Oh my god. Okay.
Does that help with the spice?
Nothing's helping. It's all...
All right. As the bread slaps onto the wet wooden ground, the slap of the wood on the ship reverberates as it strikes a small asteroid, kind of jolting some of you who are paying attention to other things that, you are not alone in this wide cosmos. And you hear a loud projected voice from the front of the ship, the front of the ship. A specific bird-like creature who seems to be watching out in front of the ship reports back to you. We're coming up something on the port bow. What are you all doing? Let's start with Valerian. You feel the tug of the ship starting to slow down, right? The gravitational pull of another object large enough to disrupt your spelljamming speed. You're starting to feel the ship being pulled down to the normal speed.
Oh, Blossom, do you sense anything? Do you know what this is? Is it just an asteroid?
Gotta be something big enough to slow us down. I'll try to pull us as far back as we can when we come in.
Yeah, just take the reins just for a little bit. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go just try to find, is it Zephyr, right?
Zephyr, yes.
Zephyr. Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah, so I will, I'll try to go where Zephyr is and figure out what it is.
Yeah, so Zephyr's observing from the front of the ship, and he points off as he steps up to, he'll direct you in a certain direction and gesture you to the telescope. and as he guides your vision, you see what appears to be a ship-like object as you're coming out of speed. It's hard to see while you're moving this fast, but as soon as you stepped out of the chair, you were already starting to slow down very quickly. It's not like a shuddering stop, but everyone feels you coming out of, it's not hyperspace, but everyone feels you coming out of like the normal fast travel speed.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see about a mile away at this point, maybe a mile and a half away. It's easy to see in space. You can see what looks like to be a large-ish ship. Yeah, if you want to look more, give me a perception check. You are being helped by Zephyr, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, it didn't.
I didn't see anything. Yeah. Did you hit the red button, the Beyond 20 extension?
Did I think it just did some update? Let's see if that worked. Did not, but we'll use the character sheet this time.
Should be relatively easy. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, so good.
Okay. All right. So you got a 9, I see. All right.
The
so,
-1 alternative.
It's rough. It's rough. Brutal. I didn't realize you rolled a -1. That's excellent.
Yeah, I got -2.
Yeah, we're
in the wrong direction.
You guys are just getting it out early.
Larry needs glasses for sure.
But he looks so much hotter without his glasses. Gosh.
Yeah.
He's got to keep up his stoic appearances. Yeah. Yeah. Right. You can make out a ship. You can't make out the size from where you are. But it doesn't appear to be moving or changing any directions. So you got that.
Can I make out if it looks like one of the abandoned ships or if it may be one of something like the Braille ships?
I will let you reroll perception for that specific data.
Okay.
Would that be investigation? Not that it would.
Do you know what? No. Actually, I like that. No. He's trying to put together clues. I like that, actually. That's excellent, Rick. Yeah, let's roll investigation. And also, all of you take inspiration for the excellent role-playing, and Rick, take another inspiration for that good idea for helping me get back in the swing of things.
I can't add more than one.
Well, put it in your notes. I don't know. Yeah, just have a word on it.
Take away inspiration. Take it away.
Take it away, yeah.
Cancel out, of course.
Yeah. Remember, you can hold up to the amount of your proficiency bonus, which I think right now is 3. So, with the 13, you are able to identify that it is not a Brewa ship, it is not a Karnathi ship, and while it appears to be similar in design to the Red Saber ship, you do not see red sails.
Okay.
That is what you get from this distance.
I think I'll just turn to the crew that is up kind of looking at this with us, and Gus, more specifically, if he's up there, I'll just say...
Gus is up there.
Just make sure everyone's in position. We might have a fight on our hands.
Okay. The ship goes to battle stations. What are as everyone starts scurrying around, manning their positions, manning their weapons, the cannon swivels to point towards the threat. What are the rest of you doing? Let's start with Alric.
So we were having an issue with our course being altered. Was it perhaps like some gravitational field?
So the rule of spelljamming is when you're traveling, so there's like the standard speed moving through space, and then there's spelljamming speed, like the higher speed. When you are moving at that speed, if your ship gets close enough to another entity that is capable of is a large enough entity to affect gravity, or also has like spelljamming capacities, when two ships cross, they both slow down to normal speeds. Does that make sense? The spelljamming ships can only work in that fast capacity when unhindered by any large objects or any other spelljamming technology. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's just general rule. So that's not an anomaly. It's just an anomaly that there is something out here.
Okay. Seeing as the abandoned were on their mind, and this sensation of these large, aberrant or perhaps eldritch creatures. Alec wants to see if we can eliminate that as a possibility. He wants to tap into kind of that sensation of that tentacle whip again, and see if he can sense the presence of that large aberrant influence coming from that ship.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what we did last time, but I can also just come up with it again. It may be slightly different.
Sure.
So what I want you to do is give me a intelligence check and a intelligence check and a constitution save. That's what I want. Okay.
Ooh, not rolling hot.
Oh.
Yeah, not rolling hot at all. So, with a constitution saving throw of 10, you feel the tentacle whip that is almost a symbiotic relationship with you, drawing power from your entity to attempt to search out for something. And it's a far distance. You're not as close, and you've done it recently. You need to take a point of exhaustion. And remember, my exhaustion is -1. It's just -1 to all rolls. And with your 9 intelligence check, as you reach out almost for this like aberrant call, you try to focus your energy towards the ship in the distance, and maybe you're too far away, or maybe there's nothing there, or maybe something's masking it, but you're not getting any sort of response. But you can't be certain that it's because there's nothing there.
Yeah, there's a moment you could see like beads of sweat perling on Alec's forehead as he does this, and perhaps his arm with the implant, writhes uncomfortably, causing some level of like cramp. There's a moment it's like I can't report either way that
Oh my god.
there is or isn't an aberrant presence.
Okay.
Have they hailed us at all? Is there any attempt at contacting us?
Let's pitch over to... You hear the question, either hailing us, has anyone tried to contact us? And all you hear from below the deck is... Rick?
I think... I mean, actually, probably as soon as we hit that asteroid, Rick is probably going to start taking things a little more seriously, and he's going to give himself a little lesser restoration.
Okay. All right, there you go.
Get rid of that to immediately clear up the whole situation going on.
You missed a perfectly good my eyes moment, by the way. Okay.
I'm melting.
My eyes. Okay. All right, so you've hit yourself with a lesser restoration as you feel your sight being restored, the hot peppers being almost forcefully, removed from your eyeballs, and your eyes slowly grow back to their normal milky white substance.
Yeah.
And your mouth is no longer burning, so there's that part too. We'll say lesser restoration, gets rid of fire breath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, I'm gonna start doing a new character voice for Rick.
Okay, hell yeah.
Okay, I love it.
So after casting this restoration, he's like, "Oh, that really cleared up my sinuses. Wow, I feel like $1 million right now." And he's gonna turn to Toad and be like, "Hey, so we gotta go check out that stuff, huh?"
Yeah, Valerian, he can't see very well. Maybe we should
Oh my god, I told him to get glasses. It's crazy.
Also, your voice sounds great, Rick.
I've been stopped up ever since we started being on the ship. I've been stopped up for just weeks.
It was those peppers. They cleared you right out.
They cleared me right up now. Yeah, I sound back to normal. This is how I've always sounded, actually.
Maybe I'm the ship doctor.
Oh my god, I love it. Okay. So, and as you're walking upstairs discussing how the peppers have cleared your throat, you hear the question posed by Ulrich, have they tried to hail us yet? And Valerian, as you're looking through the telescope, you are not getting any signs of hailing via the signal lights. You guys are about 1.5 miles away from the ship.
All right, I'm gonna go up to Valerian and Zephyr.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be like, all right, fill us in. What's going on over here?
Well, it looks like similar. It's not, it's not something. It's not a ship from Eberron. It looks like could be one of the abandoned, but it's not the same ship as the Red Saber that we saw with the red sails. So I'm not sure, but I have had everyone go to man some weapons, so we are at least prepared.
If I may.
Can I? Oh yeah, go ahead.
And Zephyr will just gesture to the ship and says, "It appears that the bow flags are broken. This may be a derelict ship, but the judgment is in your calls."
Yeah, can Rick give it a look-see through the telescope?
Certainly, go ahead. I will. What specifically are you looking for, so we don't do skill dogpiling?
I want to try to look for any signs of life on the deck.
Okay.
Or if the ship has any movement on the deck.
Okay, I'll accept that. Go ahead and give me a perception roll at advantage because you're being helped by Valerian and Zephyr.
Okie dokie. Okay. I guess 14 was the highest roll.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it. Yeah, because you rolled a 10 and a 4. So okay.
10 and a 4. Yeah, I'll take the 10.
So with a 14, you said you're looking for signs of life outside the ship.
Yeah, and I think also.
Or like on the
now that we know
deck kind of
about
thing?
Space parasites. Is there anything like attached to the ship, right? Like any space parasites attached to it as well? Like I'm just looking for any signs of life.
Good news, bad news, no parasites.
Good.
So good news, no parasites. Bad news is there's a lot of debris floating around this ship. So you're finding it difficult to sense if like there's just debris floating in space and that moves. So like yes, there's movement there, but like maybe there's something in that, but maybe it's just the space. On the top of the deck, what you can see on the top of the deck appears completely clear. However, the most notable thing that you see is the debris is coming from a massive hole in the side of the ship.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, the derelict ship looks about right. Maybe this one's been in a fight recently. I say we approach with caution, but let's check out if there's anyone left on board.
Okay, yeah, let's approach it. Rick, glad you're back to normal. You sound great.
Yeah, thanks. I mean, geez Louise. It's been nonstop.
Been a little concerned for a while.
Cold for a long time. You know, I really should just cast Lesser Restoration the entire time, but you know.
Well, that picture your throat as well. Yeah, I love it. Okay. All right. So, how close are you bringing your ship to the ship? How far do you want to go?
I think kind of remembering back to the simulation of our first, little encounter that we had.
Yep.
I'm going to go back to the arbiter seat, and I will try to get that close. Basically, trying to remember, where we had the ropes.
Where the ropes were attached. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we can do that. So, I am going to move you. I'm going to move all of you to I'm going to move you to the boarding ships map, right? So that's what we use when your ship is getting closer to another ship. So as you approach, you do recognize that it's similar in size to the Red Saber. This would be classified as a space galleon. Okay. The sails are torn and broken, and there is a massive gaping hole as you begin to get closer. So let me go ahead and move you now. Let's see if it breaks things. Okay, it shouldn't break things. And feel free to position yourselves anywhere you feel relevant on the ship deck. Erin will stay in the arbiter seat for you, Valerian, and she will move the ship as directed by you.
Perfect.
What can Alaric make of this hole in the hull? Is this like, does it look like the debris, or does it look like the hull has bent outwards to suggest like it was an explosion? Did it like bend inwards like it was like a puncture?
I would like you to make. Let's do an investigation check for this. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to give you... Actually, this is specifically on woodworking and carpeting. Go ahead and roll this with advantage. So roll one more time.
Oh, nice.
Because this is your field of expertise right here. So... It appears to
roll a few d20s to see if I can get above a 10.
Oh, no.
brutal.
Hey, there you
Okay.
go. All right, here we go.
So-
Let's roll them out.
The damage appears to be facing the debris seems to have come from a shot that put like it's obviously like some sort of cannon or some sort of weaponry, and it looks old. Like this looks like a very old ship. Like older than any other ships that you've seen so far. It looks like something destroyed it heading in, and then over time the ship has drifted and the ship drifted away from the debris and the debris filtered out of the hull. So it's clear that it wasn't something like breaking out, it was damage coming in that disabled the ship. And that's also apparent based off of all the other damage to the ship.
Gotcha.
So it looks like battle damage from what you see.
Yeah, Alec, reports as like, this kind of like ferry or any kind of like connection or launch is being made to the other ship. I was like, we're looking at what looks like a legacy craft, damaged in battle. I'd probably have to get closer to see if we can tell how recent this was. I don't expect any crew to be alive.
Okay, yeah, I say we check it out.
Okay. So you can see that the grid squares are accurate. So you're about 65 feet away. What would you guys like to do?
Are the battle birds ready to go? Are these griffins like pilotable?
Ooh, yeah. I think Phantom is kind of by my side, but I'm not sure if it can breathe, if the atmosphere from Oak Blossom goes and encompasses the ship, because if not, we would have to have the bubbles.
So the air envelope of your ship is 115 feet. So currently that means that this ship is being enveloped in the air bubble. So you are fine. So yeah, it's a rather large air bubble that you're extending. So like 115 feet, 360 degrees around your ship. So this ship is within the air bubble, so you can breathe the whole time on this map unless you like jump really far away from your ship. So that issue is solved.
Okay, well, I haven't really me and Phantom haven't really been battle tested yet, really field tested. So maybe we try it out. Maybe I go scout it out a little bit and hand me a rope. I'll try to tie us off and get everyone over.
Okay. So, checking Phantom. Phantom is not currently trained to be able to ride. So, you can do this, but it's going to be some checks.
All right.
Okay. So...
Yeah, I think I still do it, yeah.
Okay, got it.
Part of our training.
It's part of your training. Okay. So, I want you to... We're going to do an animal handling check. Which I think generally you still have that +1 to all of them. Yeah, go ahead and give me an animal handling check. And we'll see how well this goes for you.
Now, oh shit, you already rolled. Damn.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's not me. That was, that was...
What's Phantom?
That's Phantom.
Can Toad, give Valerian, a pat on the back and cast Enhance Ability on him and give him Owl's Wisdom? You get advantage on your wisdom checks.
There you go. Nicely
You got
done.
this, buddy.
Nice. I need it. Okay, so I imagine I have a little bit of gear that I've had on Phantom, and I kind of mount him, and I'm like, okay, Phantom, this is how we start. Okay, this is the start of a beautiful relationship, a wonderful bond. Okay, let's try it, and I'll try to almost giddy up him.
You're gonna try to hop.
And,
First, let's see if you can mount him. So go ahead and give me. This is gonna be a couple things because he's not trained to ride yet. Not really. So
Right.
you've been working on this. but we're getting there. This is a big moment. So give me the first animal handling checks to see how well mounting him goes. Okay.
Not bad.
You're able to
Plus-
mount on a phantom. Some mild wiggling to maybe try to get you off, but you're in charge here. Okay. Next, you want him to what? You want him to fly to the... Yep. So what command do you give him?
Yeah, fly. Let's go right to the other ship.
Okay.
I kind of point over to it.
Okay. You point and then you whip the, you smack the reins like horse style, I guess.
Yeah, a little tap.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and make me a. This is gonna be fun. Go ahead and make me another animal handling check. Let's see how this goes.
I still have advantage, right?
You still have advantage. Yep. It's how long is it?
Up to an hour.
To an hour. Okay. All right. Let me see here.
Valerian, give yourself 6 temp HP.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Congratulations. Okay. So.
You might
9 is a terrible roll.
Actually, might need that.
9 is a terrible roll. However,
Yeah.
Your Griffin rolled exactly the same, so it's a dead fucking tie.
Nice.
So he manages to fly, and you notice him kind of going a little bit high. You're about 20 feet above the ship, okay? So now you're above the ship. You're 20 feet high. Do you just hop off, or do you try to command him to go down?
I'll kind of lean forward with my weight and kind of pointing downwards.
Okay.
And see if we can get him to land.
Okay, one more animal handling check.
Being successful in getting a griffin to fly.
Natural 20 minus 2.
Natural 20 minus 2. I forgot you have a minus 2 to your fucking checks. I love it. I love that you've decided to train even though you have minus. That's such good spirit. Excellent work. So you lean forward, understanding your griffin's body posture, and you're kind of helping lean and guide this griffin down to the ground, and it instinctually understands the intent of what you're doing. And as you do that, rope in hand, you softly, Phantom softly places its feet on the deck. And you dismount. Do you want Phantom to stay there?
Yeah, I'll have him stay here. I'll pull out a little piece of worm meat and I'll feed him a little treat. And I imagine I grabbed a rope for the other ship, so I'll tie it off to something solid here. If I can.
What square do you want to flash? Where you want the rope to stretch across from? Or like, can you draw a symbol? Like, do you want it from like here to here?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like almost
cool.
like a.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Got it. So we'll call that. Yeah, we'll call that the rope there. Okay. So you managed to tie it around the deck, and you are feet on the deck. Okay. And Phantom is there, just kind of sitting there, shaking out its wings, checking for feathers. What are the rest of you doing?
Toad's going across the rope as soon as it's up.
Okay.
Toad's gonna go across.
Like being underwater, you're like floating in space and just using the rope to pull yourself, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So 1 round. So go ahead and move your normal movement. And I'll let everyone else come around to what they're doing. We'll just kind of break this out in rounds, just make it easier so everyone can get a turn. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for something.
My eyesight is so bad.
Toad, what's your passive perception?
17.
Okay. As you are dragging the rope, you're using the rope to drag yourself across. You sense near the hole, 1 level down around this area, you think you see something down there. We'll get to that. What are the rest of you doing? Well, you can say something and then we'll see what the rest of you are doing.
But can I make out any details about it, or just like see like a shadow or something?
I'm gonna say you're using your action to pull yourself across using the rope. So I'll allow a bonus action skill check. Yeah, I've been doing that. So go ahead and you can give me a perception check.
Oh, Toad's concentrated.
It's a flash of something. You are concentrating on pulling that rope.
Okay, I think Toad then will say, Valerian, be careful. I think you might have company.
Okay.
Yeah, Phantom.
Oh boy.
God damn it. Okay. I love
I think
it.
he's got advantage on wisdom checks.
Okay. Let's just do whoever's closest to the rope. So, Alaric, you can go next. What are you doing? Alaric?
Uh-oh.
All right, my
Womp womp.
What?
He said, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
I was talking. Yes. Alaric's plan was to cover Valerian as he took his flight.
Okay.
With Zephyr, with Phantom across, and
Have you been talking this whole time? Is that what you were trying to say that earlier? And you just thought I ignored you?
yeah.
Oh no.
Fuck you in
There was a moment
particular,
where
Eugene.
I'm interrupting someone else. Whoops. Never mind. I'll wait for it to come up later.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the plan is also like Toad to like watch for him and like see the others safely across.
Okay.
So that they're not like caught unawares while crossing.
Gotcha. Okay. So with Toad pointing out the direction, if you like, you can attempt to see what the movement is, or you can. Right now, I'm just considering you like reading in action, but kind of undefined. What is there anything specific you'd like to do as everyone else crosses?
Okay, then yes. I would say that Alaric would be readying an action.
Okay.
Essentially to attack what he sees is like something active.
Okay. You're just you're on guard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll assume that you're using like a non-spelled attack, so like a like your lightning launcher or something like that. So yeah, in a non-combat sense, that's fine. Okay, got it. Rick, what are you doing? Are you crossing as well?
Well, no time like the present. I'm gonna get on the rope.
Nice.
Get your fucking rope then.
Yeah, I'll get my fucking rope. I'm gonna move.
Does anyone get that reference?
10 feet.
Is Boondock Saint?
Yes, thank you. Okay, 10 feet. All right, and then
And I have another 15 feet.
Yep.
This way. And reap.
If you click, if I recall correctly, like if you hold control and click, left click, you can like keep the path rolling, so you don't have to like stop and do it again. So, okay. What's your passive perception? Your passive perception is 14. You also catch, and she has gestured it to you, so you also see some sort of movement in that hole over here, as you're starting to climb across. Toad has.
Hey, Toad, I see a thing too.
No, it's probably fine. It looks like a shadow to me personally.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you say so. I'd be kind of suspicious of any kind of movement on this ship, to be honest, but
Maybe I need glasses, Rick.
I don't know if those would work on you.
Okay. Chief Gus will also come up next to you, Alaric, brandishing his arcane firearm, and will also just kind of stand overwatch for you. And he'll gesture it like, boss, if you want to go over, I'll cover for you as well. And so we'll circle back around. So Valerian, you've made it across with Phantom. Toad has identified that there's some sort of thing happening. And as you are standing there on the deck, you hear like something doof, 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 doof. And you realize that it is wood being bounced around inside of this ship underneath you, slightly banging off the ceilings and the walls enough to make sounds. Toad, as you are dangling above the middle of these two ships, and Alaric and Gus, as they stand ready, you see strange incorporeal objects begin to drift out of the side of the ship.
Whoa.
There's like a narrowed eyes in this, and he'll look to his to Gus as well, and it's like, is that some sort of filament spilling out?
As the creatures, these ghostly, strange creatures begin to float out, it's obvious there's something wrong. These almost spectral-like creatures are followed immediately by floating, flaming skulls. And Toad, they're all heading in your direction. Let's go ahead and roll initiative. And Alric, you will get a surprise round, or you will get a ready action beginning before anyone else. So
nice.
What's happening with my rolls today?
Yeah, I know.
Valerian, do you want Phantom to be in this battle?
No.
Okay. All right. Phantom will not be a part of this battle. So you will trigger Phantom to flee.
Right.
Oh, how the hell do I... Okay, remove combatant. There we go. Okay. So we'll say at the beginning of the round, you tell Phantom to scoot, and Phantom gets the... Phantom's got hella movement, so Phantom gets the fuck out of there. Okay. All right, so starting, Alric, you notice these strange spectral creatures floating towards Toad. What are you doing?
Yeah, with this first ready to action, he'll call out like movement, and I'll like direct them towards the the site of that explosion that damaged the hull, and he'll try to fire separately at some of these creatures to point them out.
Okay.
With this lightning launcher.
Gotcha.
All right, lightning launcher.
Go ahead and fire away.
Once at the first, and then targeting the next.
You're fine.
Okay. 18 and 12 are the attack rolls.
18 and 12 are the attack rolls. They both strike.
Okay.
It looks like it's going to... They hit dead on, and then they fly right through this creature.
Gotcha. Yeah. The highlight for him is that he points out these creatures, and as he's kind of like streaks from the lightning launcher, kind of like fade into the ether and into the space. He just desperately wants to raise Toad, Rick, and Valerian's attention to it. But that'll be his attacks.
Okay. All right. We will start with the first strange, almost like blue orb that slowly drifts towards you, Toad, and it's almost slowly and strangely beautiful as it kind of drifts towards you. And as you're kind of floating out, hovering in the middle of nowhere, you see this beautiful, strange orb, and a short shock of electricity jolts towards you. But you manage to duck your head as it flies over. And then quickly it moves to kind of float towards Rick and in between the two of you. Okay. Alric, you've had a chance to reload your lightning launcher. It's your turn. What would you like to do now?
All right. This is 10 feet. Okay. Seeing that the lightning launcher doesn't grab them, he wants to see if he can, leverage his now burgeoning understanding of graviturgy to see if he can pull any material.
I love it.
From them together. So he's going to cast Magnify Gravity.
Okay. Go ahead and post that for me, please.
Fantastic.
Okay, Constitution DC 16 save. Okay. Okay. All right, let me run some Constitution saves. Okay. All right, so the ghosts, the spectral creatures in the front seem completely unaffected by the increase of gravity.
Okay.
You said DC 16. The will-o-wisp, some of you may have been engaged in the paranormal would understand that these strange creatures are will-o-wisps. It gets sucked in it just moves closer to where it already is. The flaming skulls, let me see here, also fail, and they get sucked in, right? Or do they actually move?
Their speed is halved if they fail to save.
Okay. The speed is halved if they fail to save. So you have 3 failures. What's the damage that these creatures take? 7 force damage? Am I saying that right?
7.
Okay.
Yes,
all right.
That's correct.
So
and
you
see... they pass.
You see these strange floating creatures. You see like the bones crushing in the skull a little bit harder. And you see the blue energy around the will-o-wisp begin to almost be shunted off and away from itself, as if wind passes through a cloud and takes a chunk of it. You've managed to successfully damage at least some of these strange ethereal entities. What else would you like to do?
There's like a gleam of satisfaction on his face. And there's this like, and I'll call out that, that lightning is ineffective. But that force can still impact these creatures. Let's see. Anything else? We'll also have Bell move.
Oh, I forget that Bell's on the same.
In position. Yes, I
removed it. I just pulled it.
Thank you. And then she will fire ranged 30 feet. Okay, so let's see.
Can she hit?
She can move out. She can get closer, yeah. So that's 55 distance. She can move. Ooh, she can fly 30 feet. Okay, fantastic. So yeah, you can see that Alec, sends, Bell to, drift out purposefully into the space between these 2 spelljamming crafts and fire upon the closest.
Okay.
All right.
19. Which one are you attacking?
For 3 damage.
Which one? The one right next to her?
The top
ping one.
There you go.
Okay. So you're firing what kind of damage? Force strike? Okay.
Yes, force damage.
The force bolt flies towards the strange ethereal creature and passes right through it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. These ones seem entirely ethereal, but just kind of reporting on the efficacy.
Okay.
Of his attacks. I believe that's his turn.
Yep. And the modified gravity halves speed, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
until the end of its next turn.
Okay. So these strange blue orbs have that went the wrong way. Have a good amount of motion. So Toad, you are confronted by another one of these strange blue orbs. But the lightning seems to barely affect you. As if it were not accurate in its targeting. It's almost like it can't target well because it doesn't have eyes. And that is all that creature does. It is the strange ghost that has been passing through all these strange attacks. The creature floats closer and closer to all of you. Rick, it looks like, as it's becoming closer, it looks like it's wearing harnesses and it has rope on its hip and it's got some sort of tacking around its shoulders. This looks like a deckhand. And it's coming towards you and it's reaching out its strange arms. And you are now seeing it almost, now that it's become closer, the etherealness seems to fade and this creature becomes more lifelike and present as it reaches towards you. But that's all it does. It seems like it's going to grab at you soon, unless you do something about it. Chief Gus pulled out the blicky.
Yep.
Pop, pop.
Pop, pop. One shot goes wide over your head, Rick. A little close to your head, actually. Here. Sorry! But the next attack strikes and actually hits the ghost.
What kind of gun is he using?
You guys know that it's an arcane pistol that uses force damage. So similar to Bell's attack. So you see the force almost like strike the ghost, and it slightly recoils as his firearm slams into it. Let me check real quick. Yep. Okay. And it is the floating skull's turn. Oh my gosh, we haven't run combat in forever, you guys. We're back in it. Back at it again. Okay.
We're doing
it. Okay. All right. These guys got a lot of movement. You are getting surrounded, Toad, in the middle of nowhere. Stuck in the middle of between two ships. And this floating skull flies towards you. Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, let me. It's going to go right here. And it will fire a ray, like a bolt of flame at you. What's your AC?
16.
Oh, you have dodged just barely. Do you hold a shield? Or do you just wear armor?
I think I am holding a shield.
Okay.
Right now.
So then you are just barely able to lift up your shield in time as the shot goes right over your left shoulder. And you feel the heat, and then another ray fires at you as you're moving your shield out of the way, and it strikes you in your exposed portion of your body. You take 8 damage. And I just realized these rolls have not been public. There you go. You take 8 damage.
Very, very suspenseful.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I just realized I've been rolling privately. That was not my intent. Yeah. Question with this new one: are you seeing the to hit statistics like the modifiers, or are you just seeing damage and are you seeing 18, or are you seeing like 1d20 plus blank plus blank?
Just 18 and just 8.
Okay, so you guys aren't seeing the
I cannot see
modifiers. Great. Okay, then I'll keep public rolling then. Okay, that's the first one. You feel
the MTG sound.
Is it the MTG sound?
Yeah, like MTGO.
Oh,
sorry, I
really?
don't know. I play a lot of draft on Magic the Gathering Online. I heard that on my fight or flight response just kicked in.
That's the standard. That's the standard sound they put in that module. So,
it might be a public domain kind of sound.
Probably, yeah. Toad, as you get struck in the chest, a fire ray crits you by striking you square in the head as you move your shield to reach towards your body, and you take 17. 17 was that fire damage? Yeah, you take 17 fire damage. Rick, you're watching your druid friend get toe up from the flow up.
Yeah.
Toad, how are you looking right now?
A little worse for wear.
Yeah.
Like I imagine Rick can see like charred bits of Toad's like fire doesn't like make Toad feel worse, but you could tell fire is like Toad doesn't like that very much.
Yeah, imagine not.
Toad's like if Toad could be breathing heavily, that's what you would imagine Toad is doing currently.
Gotcha.
You guys can see each other's health bars, right? Am I recalling that correctly?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I can.
So, yeah, you can see that she is hurt, roughly.
All right. Looks like we're dealing with a ghost ship. I'm going to go ahead and, or excuse me, Rick is going to go ahead and cast Turn Undead.
Ooh.
30-foot radius from where I am.
30-foot radius from where you're at. Okay.
Yeah, I can do the thing, or you can do the thing.
You can do the thing. You do the thing.
30 is a lot. Wowie. 30 right there.
Bada bing, bada boom, ba bam. Okay, post it.
So,
You already
I don't know if
posted it.
Will-O-Wisps are undead, but at least the ghost and the flaming skull are probably undead.
The Will-O-Wisp is also undead. All of these creatures are undead. Yes.
Nice.
Well chosen, cleric. Well chosen.
Yeah.
Okay.
The thing.
You did the thing. Okay, I gotta.
Thing.
Why can't I actually see it?
Yeah, I was curious about that as well. It wouldn't show up on the chat. Here, I can.
Yeah.
I can
Is there
read it
another
off.
way you can put it?
Let me try.
Yeah. Was that from your sheet?
Yeah, I just clicked on the sheet. That's destroy undead. That's
Yeah,
not
we don't. You don't have that feature yet, do you?
I do, but it doesn't matter because these guys are definitely not level 1, unless they are. In which case,
Let me look.
that would.
Let me check. I'm checking. It's always, it doesn't hurt to check. I do use lower CR creatures. These are not CR1 creatures.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It won't
Okay,
really
no worries.
do a thing.
You turn them and they have to flee. How far? Just copy and paste the text, will you?
Yeah, so it is. They have to make a Wisdom saving throw, DC 15.
Wisdom saving throw, DC 15. Okay.
So do that first, and then if they don't even,
Can you see the saves that I'm doing for these creatures?
I can, yes.
Okay, alright, cool. Alright, I am 30 foot. So basically all of them except for the ghost in the corner, if I'm seeing that correctly.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. Okay, some of them are rolling really well.
This one fails, at least.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I got 2 of them.
So you got 2 of them. So the
for
will was
1 minute or until it takes damage, it has to move as far away from me as it can, and it can't willingly move to a space within 30 feet of me.
Okay, so
it can't take reactions. Yeah.
Does it do it as a reaction, or just does it during its turn?
So for its action, it can only use the dash action to try and escape. And if there's nowhere to move, the creature can use the dodge action.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, it just has to move.
Hey,
It
hey.
can only move away.
There's a symbol for turned. Okay. All right, got it. Cool. Successfully done, my good sir. What else are you doing?
I have a bonus action.
Yes, you do. And your movement.
Channel Divinity is not a spell, so that will not affect my ability to cast spells.
Yes, you can still cast a level spell, yes.
I will go ahead and cast Spiritual Weapon.
There you go. Pull it out.
Boosh.
Drop it down.
Yeah, so let me grab that bad boy real quick. I gotta go to my actors.
Yeah.
Is this where would this be again? I forgot.
I think you
Is
can
it miscellaneous. Player characters.
Yeah, just go to the actors. Go to the actors tab. Like you only have access to a few things in there.
Yeah.
It would
there it is,
be.
Spiritual Weapon.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna drop it down.
'Cause I think
right next to this guy. I'm gonna attack the guy that's next to me.
Excellent. Okay, and I see you rolled the hit already. 19 to hit. That does hit. What kind of damage is that? Force damage?
Force damage.
Which seems to be effective. Yes. Your... Oh, I forget what the name of this damn thing is. Oh my god.
It's the barbarian thing they used to ride.
Yeah, the Talenta weapon. Yeah, the weapon of your ancestors. Did you adopt that fucking? Right. Did you adopt that accent because you've been doing research on halflings in Eberron?
Well, you said they were like, mob bots.
They are. They are. I love it. I love it. I was like,
yeah.
I just put that together.
He's definitely not a criminal, but I mean, if we're doing the stereotype.
Yeah, absolutely. All you got cousins that got the accent. Yeah, it picks up. Okay. Excellent. Yes. You seem to be doing damage to this creature, but it is still reaching out towards you. What else are you doing?
I have movement, I suppose.
Yes.
I'm gonna make like a tree and get the fuck out of here.
Okay. I'm going to say this. Because you're using the rope, I wasn't gonna. So when we were out of initiative, it was an action to like move. I'm gonna say you just move at half movement while dragging the rope. Okay, so it's difficult terrain while using a hand to pull yourself across.
So I think I can make it over here.
5, 10. Yeah, you can get it onto the ship. You can move. Yeah. Well, how much movement do you have? You have
25.
Oh, okay. All right. We round up. We round up here. So you get one more space.
Yep. There we go. I make it back out. I clamber on. And I'm like,
there you go.
Good luck, Toad.
Okay.
No problem.
Valerian, you can see your compatriots are being assaulted on the rope. Toad is in trouble. You have enemies around you. They have risen out of the hole up to the same level. You're all on the same level plane, so you can see all these creatures. What are you doing?
Hey, I'm gonna try this. Obviously, if it doesn't work out, let me know. But I will try to tightrope walk this rope.
Okay.
And try to get.
It's considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
Oh, wait, hold on. You're tightrope to walking without.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do it this way. I like this. I will allow it. You need to make a acrobatics check because you're literally tightrope walking. So if you get a good if you give me an acrobatics check and you roll really well, it's not difficult terrain for you. But if you fail, you are floating off into space.
Oh no!
I mean, your team can get you, but you're floating.
Right.
He's gone. Reroll.
Yep.
Okay. So if I'm letting you know the stakes, you can do that.
Just a solid roll, no modifiers here because
no modifiers for acrobatics. There you go. Go for it.
Oh my god! I will use my inspiration.
I figured you would.
Oh my!
Into a black hole, transported straight to the level of hell.
Oh my god! Not much better. It's not a natural one though. So
Wow.
Okay.
I imagine.
Okay.
I imagine Valeria's trying to like look really cool.
Yes.
He like gives Toad like a little wink. He gets up on the rope, takes like 2 steps, and then he starts leaning off to one side, kind of waddling his arms, and starts falling.
20, 25, 30. You're there. And you are continuously moving in the northwest or northeast direction, your full movement, every round. So next round, you are going to keep moving another 30 feet to the northeast. But, okay, so I'm going to say that was your bonus action, because I do skill checks as bonus actions. So you still have your action.
Okay, so it took a little turn. So I was not going to do this, but I will pull out the rope of entanglement.
Okay.
And I will try to... I'll try to target the rope that's attaching the 2 ships, and see if I can entangle that with the rope of entanglement.
Okay, I'll
while
allow
holding
it.
onto it.
Okay, I'll allow it. I have a DC in my head. Go ahead and roll the hit.
Okay. Roll the hits.
Right, it is just a well, unless it's a magical item that just automatically hits.
It's a I'll post it. It is a magical item. It's a save normally if I'm using it on a creature.
Oh, it's a save normally. Okay. With that being said, then if you're making an inanimate object save, it fails. So it just works.
Okay. So then I will try to. I'll use my action, I guess, to dash, since that would be my movement floating out in space.
You use your rope of entanglement to attach it, right?
Oh,
that's
true.
an attack. Well, is it an attack or an action?
It says an action.
Okay, got it. So yeah, that's your action to... Can you pull yourself closer using that same movement with that device, or does it need to be something else?
Well, just to be clear, so the way it normally works, I don't know how to post it either. Maybe
it's being weird. Okay.
I posted it from D&D.
Yeah,
but
okay.
Basically, it's used to entangle
or become
restrained.
Creature. Okay. So I will say that it immediately ties on, so now you're attached to the rope, fine. I will say it doesn't pull you in now, but you can easily use it next round. You can use your movement to pull yourself in.
Okay, perfect.
But it's just like how Toad and Rick were pulling on the rope. It's difficult terrain, so you move every 10 feet per square, kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Actually, I'll action search because I don't want Toad to be in this position right now, and I'm going to take 2 Eldritch Blasts at the Will-O-Wisp.
Got it. Go for it. Roll the hit, my good sir. These things are fast. Glancing blows. That is 19 is a glancing blow on the Will-O-Wisp. They're small creatures. So 1 damage on this Will-O-Wisp.
1 damage.
Yeah.
Do I get 2 of them? Yes, 2 at 5th level.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There you go. Okay, so the next strike hits, and you're seeing that you are doing significant damage to this small blue orb. Like, more of the blue fuzziness is being stripped away. It almost looks like there's hardly anything left of it.
Okay.
What else? I think that's basically everything you can do. You action surge. Yep. So okay.
Toad just calls out, "You're doing great, buddy."
Sorry, Toad. I thought that was gonna be a lot cooler.
It did kind of turn into something cool. Now you're like swinging on a rope.
Some interstellar shit. Yeah.
Isn't
there a scene in Interstellar where she's like holding on to a rope, like being dragged around? Yeah. Excellent job. I applaud your courageousness. Zephyr will, seeing that Toad is in trouble, he can fly. He's going to use his flight to his advantage. Toad, you're going to have someone come up and help bail you out of trouble as well. Zephyr flies up. Can he fly 45 feet? Yeah, he's a fucking Aarakocra. His whole thing is movement. He will fly up and punch the ghosts because he's a monk. Because that's going to work out well. Monk punches ghost. Okay. All right. 1 strike. 2 strike. 3 strike key point. Manages to basically, Toad, you're getting surrounded by these ghostly figures, and you feel like you hear wings flapping in the void of space, but there's some air pockets. You hear it, and then you just see a flurry of just like fists flying out in front of you, just pop, 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 and the wisp in front of you dies. So that creature becomes a ghostly paint splatter, and he just like gives you a beaky, goofy stare, and then just like it's kind of a smile, but it's not. And then he will fly right here and help square off with like flank the ghost with the spiritual weapon of Rick. Toad, it's your turn.
All right.
You're on a rope.
Let me pitch something to you.
I love it.
What is a rope? What is a rope if not a twine piece of web, right? So arguably a spider would feel very at home on a piece of rope that again is basically just web.
Okay.
In different.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if Toad became a spider,
Yeah.
would we say that Toad wasn't hindered by
Yes,
movement?
absolutely. That is an excellent point. Take inspiration. That's hella creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. Okay.
Isn't a rope just a large thread of wedding? Someone needs to compile some quotes of the memes. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
One could argue. Okay, so I think, yeah. I think I'm gonna shoot. I'm trying to think of order of operations here.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a spider? Okay. You have a spider. Okay, I see it. Yeah. Do you want a big one or a small one?
Toad doesn't go halfway. Toad is obviously going to be a giant spider on this little teeny tiny piece of rope web.
I will allow it. Yeah, I will allow it.
Okay, so I think Toad will.
Okay, so go ahead and go to the actor tab and grab your spider token. And we'll go ahead and just put this token. We'll put this token over here. And we'll put the spider. There we go, right there. Okay. Let me add this to the combat tracker. Yeah. Okay. And it's, yep. Actually, we don't need to add it to the combat tracker, but we know it's in there.
Okay. I think from here, Toad is gonna look at this little skull that's like hanging out.
Uh-huh. Glowing red eyes staring at you, its mouth agape.
Toad's like little mandibles like chitter.
What does Spider Toad look like?
What does Construct Spider Toad look like? Yeah.
Imagine the worst video game you've ever played with spiders.
It's a low polygon, like a low polygon
yeah.
spider.
Toad hasn't like gotten too up and close with the spiders before, but so I imagine it's kind of still a work in progress. So Toad is like, oh, okay. In Wild Wild West, that like.
Yes.
Yeah.
What a pull.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I love it. Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna target the little flaming skull, and I'm gonna shoot my web at him.
Okay.
You're gonna whip up a skull. Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Eugene. That's an excellent meme for that. Okay. So, you used your action this turn. Is web a bonus action attack?
That's right. I forgot.
Okay.
You're right.
However, you haven't used your movement, so you can use your movement to run.
Toad is gonna actually up this way.
Okay.
Trying to like split the ghost seas. Also, after seeing Valerian float into the middle of space, it's kind of like.
Okay, so yeah, you're just barely your front mandibles are slowly crawling up the side of the ship now that you've gotten close. So you do have hands on the ship. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything else?
No.
Okay. Always 9 at time?
Oh, actually, sorry. I get to pick an element.
Oh, yes. Yes, do that.
Wild shape. So I'm gonna pick
What are you picking?
I'm gonna pick acid.
Acid. Okay. Hold on. My son wants to speak to you all.
Hi right there.
Say hi. Say hi. It's like peeking out the mic.
Hi.
Say goodnight.
Nice.
Good night.
You see
Good night.
Allie
Yeah.
and Cade and Eugene
Eugene.
and Moses.
Moses.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Bubba's.
Moses right there.
You see Moses right there? Yeah. Yeah, that's Moses right there.
Hey, hi, Moses.
Yes. Hi, Moses. It cuts him out so hard because his voice is such high pitched. So, okay. All right, Bubba's. It's time to go night night.
Nice, yeah.
Give me kisses.
Mwah.
Arthur, kiss daddy.
Mwah.
Mwah. Okay. Leave it be, sir.
Yeah, go.
We gotta be chicka chicka boom boom. Come on.
All right, leave it be. All right, we're back. Okay. Did I catch it right? You said acid?
Yeah.
This is the elemental damage thing that you do now, right?
Yeah.
That shit's aggressive. Okay. It's like smiting, isn't it? It's kind of like smiting. You do like acid damage with all of your attacks now?
I have to spend a spell slot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Smiting. Elemental smiting in druid form, y'all. It's pretty
That's
fucking
awesome.
cool. That's the homebrew class. Okay. All right. It's this other crew captain's, other crew member's turn. Okay. So, as you all are looking around at these strange spectral creatures, you feel a sense of dread wall up within you. I need... Yeah, it's everyone. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh wow.
As you feel
Nice
a...
special.
Actually, I take that back. If you can see that Alaric is the only one who doesn't have to do that. You barely avoid the circle.
Believe in ghosts.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Barely avoid that circle. Okay. So I see the giant spider got out. Oh, because you keep the same points. Yeah. So Valerian, you fail. Bell fails. And who else? 1, 2, 3. Rick, did you throw? Rick.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got that
Yeah,
nat
right.
20. Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. No, I don't believe in ghosts. Ghosts aren't real, so they don't. They can't hurt me.
Fuck yeah. All right, let me make a wisdom saving throw for Gus real quick. Womp womp. Okay. All right, if you got a 14 or below, you are frightened. And Valerian, this horrifying visage like scares you so much it ages you to the core. Roll me a 1d4. Your body ages by 40 years.
40 years.
Your body
Oh, wow.
ages by 40 years. This visage of this ghostly spectral spirit that has lived for hundreds of years. You feel the age in this creature and you feel it in your body. So all of you that have failed are frightened. And yes, Valerian, you have aged up by 40 years. Good luck getting good luck getting new character art.
Yeah.
Okay. So you all are frightened. I didn't roll for Zephyr. Let me roll for Zephyr real quick. I'm getting used to rolling on these new sheets. Wisdom save. He also failed. Okay. So he is frightened. The rest of you are frightened. Is this in alphabetical order? It is in alphabetical order. Oh my gosh, that's so much easier. Okay. All right, Valerian, you are frightened. Rick is good. Gus is also frightened. So when you are frightened, what do? You can't get closer. All right. You can repeat the save at the end of each of your turns. So at the end of your turns, you can repeat. All right. Top of the round. The will-o-wisp closest to Zephyr attempts to strike at. Actually, no, I take that back because it's too close. The will-o-wisp begins drifting closer to you, Rick. And let's see if Zephyr can catch it in a strike on the way to you. It does not, unfortunately. So this will-o-wisp stops here and is going to attempt to blast you, or excuse me, is going to attempt to shock you. You see these like blue tendrils kind of reaching out towards you, and it definitely strikes true.
Oh boy.
You feel that shit. 22 lightning damage. As the shock courses through your armor and your body.
Yeah, that's not good.
I know it's not. But that its turn. Alric, you see this strange blue creature shocking the shit out of Rick. That was great. That was good.
Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah. There's still creatures in that setup. Do we deal with the? Yeah. Might as well. At this juncture, with this will-o-wisp being so close, Alaric will target that and make attacks using his tentacle whip.
Okay, yeah, because it has a 10-foot
reaching out
reach
from his position.
Yes.
Exactly. All right.
Strange symbiotic tendril reaches out, and remember, you have exhaustion 1, so it's 1 less than these.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
So 21 and then
21 hits, 11 you nat 1, so it does not.
Fantastic. I will use my inspiration to reroll that.
Go for it. I will add on your character sheets an option to like add exhaustion that just like does -1 to all your rolls. I'll get there. So, okay.
Yeah, there are features. I wish it was just a straightforward module that just had 1 D&D exhaustion. Maybe they made one.
So, Curse of Strahd uses the stress system. We basically reflavored exhaustion to use the stress system. So,
Great.
like, yeah, maybe there's something on there I can use, but we'll get there. 20 also hits. So
awesome.
15 and 25. Okay.
Exactly.
And your tentacle whip is considered magical, correct?
Yes.
I believe so. How do you kill this will-o-wisp?
Once again, I think it's like a matter of like the arm, like though it snapping past Rick and like trying to like devour this thing. Like with maybe like the the light of the will-o-wisp, kind of disseminating up the arm, but not quite up through the rest of the torso.
Rick, as you're feeling the electricity jolt, the strange tentacle whips over your head and like crushes this thing, wraps around it scorpion style.
Good.
All right. Are you doing anything else?
Yes, Belle will make an attack on this flaming skull over here. As bonus action, it is frightened.
It is frightened, that is correct.
And so it will be making this attack at disadvantage.
The attack is at disadvantage? Oh, Belle, that's right. Belle is frightened. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
so 6 misses.
6 definitely misses. 12 is also a miss.
Oh, sorry, she doesn't have multiple. You automatically does that. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. What else are you doing?
Misses.
You staying put?
I think that at this juncture, given how successful it was, I think Alaric will try to join on the rope.
Okay.
And this is difficult terrain to just kind of.
So the difficult terrain starts right here. So yeah, after you pass through Rick.
Okay. 5, 15, 25.
We
35.
round up. Yep, we round up here. So there you are.
Fantastic.
You are now next to Zephyr, who is hovering in the air, but looks scared out of his mind.
Yeah, exactly. There's a moment, he's, after that, after the arm, whips forward and tries to devour the source of like electric power. Alaric wants to, join in the fray.
Yeah.
His free hand being the more, the human one. Or sorry, the one on the rope being the more human one.
The more human one.
Hand being this.
As you're dragging yourself forward on the rope, right to where Rick was, you're dragging yourself right into the open, extended hand of the ghost, hovering right there on the line. it doesn't even need to shift its grip as it targets you with this strange, like ghostly hand. That's a 19 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay, so you suffer 18 necrotic damage. You can see it there.
Gotcha. So it just hits. Is that?
Wait, what's your AC? 18 or 19?
Withering. His AC, the AC is 19.
Okay, on your sheet it says 18, so I just misread that. So,
it does. Oh, okay. I have a.
Is it?
Sorry.
Is it not attached?
There's like a +1.
There's a, it's okay. Got it. Okay, that's fine then. Yeah, I trust your judgment. Okay, so then it's a glancing blow, so you only take 9.
Okay, fantastic.
There you go. Cool. Okay. It is still much more present and lifelike as it's reaching out and grabbing onto your hand. Your hand with the tentacle, like, it grabs onto you, and you have a hand mark now on your forearm. That's like the strange spectral ghost situation on your arm. Okay.
Gotcha.
Chief Gus is scared shitless. When he's frightened. Okay, hold on. I got frightened over here somewhere. Where is it? Disadvantage on attack rolls. Yep. Okay. Disadvantage on attack rolls, but he's gonna try to shoot at this ghost again. 12 and 14. Wow. I forgot these ghosts have such low AC. Those strikes actually hit. It is force damage, and it does. Yeah, I mean, Gus is helping. Gus is doing some damage here. Those 2 arcane force bolts, Alaric, as you feel this necrotic damage seeping through your veins, this like black bluish energy gripping your forearm. You hear 2 bolts of force firing out of Gus's firearm and smack into the ghost, and it hits on both shoulders, boom, and it seems pushed back a little bit, and it like screams at you and him, just.
I think
Fire.
Right at the screen.
What?
Or for me, I didn't hear the.
Oh, my mic peaked.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, it saved you. Bolts of flame are firing at you, Valerian, as you float out in the middle of nowhere. Let's see here. So you're floating out in the middle of nowhere. 23 and 11 to hit. So that 11 obviously misses, but Valerian, that 23, I'm assuming, hits you as a fire ray flies towards you.
It does hit me, but no, I'll take the 23. That's fine.
You'll take that? Okay. So you take 15 fire damage, and giant spider toad flame flies towards you. 18 and 9. I believe the spider's AC is.
It's 14 plus my
plus 2 with your AC
two,
bonus. Yeah. Okay, so 16. So yeah, your spider takes 6 fire damage as these fire rays shoot out of the eyes of these skulls and strike at you both. Rick.
Yeah.
As you finish convulsing, it's your turn.
Oh god. I'm gonna go ahead. So this might color what we do for the rest of the encounter. I'm gonna go ahead and make another attack with my bonus action first. Make an attack with the spiritual weapon.
We allow that.
How do I do that without casting the spell? Or consume spell slot, I guess.
Yeah, you can uncheck consume spell slot.
Yeah, I'll just do that. Sure. So there's the damage. Boosh.
And it
25.
hits. Yeah, it hits.
And 11.
I don't understand why it doesn't automatically. So I like that you targeted. I don't understand why it doesn't automatically apply that damage. It's kind of weird, but
yeah, like it doesn't Pathfinder, but
yeah, it does. It's weird. Anyways, how does your Talenta Plains weapon kill this corporeal crewmate ghost?
I imagine just a little slice right through it and like cuts it to ribbons, basically. Because spectral ribbons.
Yeah.
Don't need to make it too complicated here.
As you, Alaric, as you see, and Kate, as you see this creature getting ripped up, you almost see a sense of, you almost, the face is pain initially, but then you see a face of almost like acceptance. And the creature closes its eyes and breathes out a long breath as it kind of dissipates away into space.
I'm gonna go ahead and. So hold on, Toad, you're really far away. I guess healing you right now wouldn't make a difference because you're in your animal form. So
Yeah.
I need to get healed, though. I will say that. However,
You didn't
this
cast
guy-
spiritual weapon, so you can
yeah,
you can cast a
still have
leveled spell.
action.
Yep.
Yeah, I still have my action. I haven't actually cast a spell.
Correct.
Measure distance. I'm gonna measure some distance real quick.
Go for
40
it.
feet. Okay. And then I have a 60-foot toll the dead. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if this thing. I mean, this thing is the dead. I'm gonna toll it.
Bang bong.
I'm gonna toll this this guy over here.
Okay, all right.
So it has to make a saving throw.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it.
DC 15. There you go.
DC 15.
God, man, it makes it a lot easier when you can just lay it all out in the chat right there. Well, okay. All right, fine.
Okay.
The bells toll, but not for it. I
Bells
guess.
toll, but not for this undead creature. Okay. Anything else you're doing?
That will be my turn. I think I'm gonna take a little steppy poo over here.
Little steppy poo.
All right.
Okay.
Little steppy poo right
Gotcha.
over here.
Ground control to Major Tom.
70-year-old Valerian. Yeah. I imagine he kind of looks not like, I would imagine that he ages, it's like very fast, but it's not just immediate. It doesn't, he doesn't just instantly turn to like gray hair.
Yeah.
But I imagine his face kind of looks like in Hercules with those like souls circling the pit of death or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like that. And he is like frantically looking to everybody else for any type of help, but he is kind of freaking out.
Mm-hmm.
But he will look at the source of what's caused this, and I will first, in my old age, I will flare my eyes and they'll go blue, and little electric sparks will encompass this ghost as I cast Hex.
Okay.
And
Next. All right.
I will shoot 2 Eldritch Blasts at disadvantage at it.
Okay. I should have a hex option. Am I missing something? Maybe it's just cursed. Let's just call it cursed. Okay. 14. 14 hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
That's another one. And 17.
Yeah, so roll first damage and second damage. Okay. The force damage.
5 damage and then 2d6 as well.
The Eldritch blasts pass right through the ghost.
Oh. Yep, and then he's kind of like going where the rope will take him.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully not closer, and just holding on. And that's his turn.
Okay, yeah, so right now where you are, you won't move. You'll be sitting right there. So
Perfect.
yeah, you're just floating in the middle of the air. Okay. It's Zephyr's turn. Zephyr is gonna help y'all out in the middle of nowhere. He's gonna fly up and go punch some skulls. Because monks.
Zephyr.
He's gonna punch some skulls. It's so ironic seeing a monk in space. 13, 13, 11. I think all of those miss on this. No, 13 is glancing blows. Okay, we take those. So half damage. Half damage. Yeah, okay. So manages to beat up this like a punching bag, like a speed bag attached to the top of the thing, and he's just rolling his fists into this flame skull. Toad. Spider Toad. Spider Toad. Your turn.
Right. Toad is going to skitter along the side of the ship, like at an angle. Well, I guess I'll move one back over. Okay. Get close to this little skull, and I guess it's gonna try to bite it.
Okay.
I think that probably works.
Go for it. Yeah, you can reach it. It is hovering just off the side of the boat.
Amazing. Okay.
I should have used that flame skull to be turned and run away. That's on me. I completely forgot.
Sorry. I'm gonna use a spell slot, and I'm gonna use my Elemental Fury, so it takes another 1d6.
Oh yeah. What is it to hit? 19? Yeah, 19 hits. And it needs to make a Constitution save.
Yes.
Oh
It has
gosh.
to make a Constitution save.
Okay. Normal. Succeeds on your save. So 17 damage plus an additional 6. Am I seeing that right?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Okay. This creature is immune to poison. So the piercing.
Immune to acid.
Is it immune to acid? It is not immune to acid. It is resistant to piercing and immune to poison. So your piercing damage does half damage, but the acid damage, does full damage.
And it's the Elemental Fury that's acid damage.
Yes, Elemental Fury is the acid damage, and that is effective. So you bite down on this flaming head, and you feel some of what you're doing effective, but definitely some things not at all. It's hard to poison a flaming skull.
Fair. Totally fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's all. Toad's just gonna
Stay right there. Okay. All right.
for bonus action, like mandible
Gotcha.
at the flaming skull.
What is affecting this creature right now? This creature is under the effects of cursed. Okay, so it's just hexed. Got it. This one isn't turned. All right. Okay. This ghost is going to fly close to Zephyr. It's going to reach its hands out, and it's going to attempt to take control of your ally.
Oh no. Oh no.
Zephyr is not a charisma boy. Not at all. Okay, the ghost disappears. He's gone. And Zephyr seems to almost slump over and become incapacitated. He was already frightened. Now he's even more scared. Okay. Now he's just kind of floating in the air for a minute. Okay. Alric, it's your turn. You just witnessed Zephyr kind of like drop his head, and like he's barely flapping his head in the wind now. If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Thank you. Yeah, there's a shout. Alaric, looks to like he expects the ghost to move through the other side, right? And if we're like tracking this like first person camera, it's just like where did it go? Where is the exit point? And when Zephyr just slumps over, he shouts over to Val that there's something wrong with Zephyr. It's not something he can deal with now. 10, 20, 30. Okay. He's going to attack this flaming skull here with his tentacle whip.
Okay. Go for it.
Once.
Whoopsh. Damn.
Twice.
Is that almost a crit? Yeah, it was a 19. Damn. Okay. And 16. Both of those hit for full damage.
Fantastic.
Slashing, psychic. Hold on. Slashing, psychic, and lightning.
3 damage times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. The last part. Sorry. Maybe I need to change some of that. No. There is a lightning.
Yep. Okay.
Part of it.
Yeah.
And like once again, it's just like this whip, almost like, in its own hunger, just like whipping out, toward the skull. Bonus action, he leverages his belt to move forward in space and attack this green skull.
Frightened.
Yes. Okay. Making this at this.
So I think because the ghost disappears, you are no longer frightened. You can no longer see the creature, so you're no longer frightened. So Bella's no longer frightened. So you're good.
Thank you. It's still not great.
That is a hot miss. Your 4th strike from Bell goes wide.
Yeah, there's, essentially, this during this turn, the shot goes wide. That arm consumes the flame skull, and Alex just like reporting there's something wrong with Zephyr. I think, it's like, I think is Zephyr, Zephyr's being possessed.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's your best guess, right?
Yeah.
Is the ghost went into him and he like slumped down for a second. So that's what you know.
All right, that's his turn.
Okay. Gus. Can Gus hit? How far can he shoot with this pistol? 90 feet? Okay. He gonna do it. He'll roll at disadvantage, but he's no longer frightened. So he ain't scared of nobody. Big iron on his hip looking ass. 15, 20. Those probably do something. 2 force bolts from his arcane firearm fly out towards this flame skull and manage to strike at it. And another flame skull head goes down, eliminating all known combatants on the battlefield.
Well, we'll see about that.
Yeah, Rick, it's your turn.
How would Rick know anything about how to get rid of possessions? Is that a thing, or is this a thing we're gonna have to experiment?
Give
Like an
me.
exorcism.
Hey, there's a skill for things like that. There's a
What?
skill check you can do to figure out more about rites and prayers and deities
there
and
there can't be.
yeah, it's a check you can roll as your bonus action. Okay.
Ooh.
With a 16, right?
I will accept the 16. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty good roll. So with the 16, you've generally, as a cleric, in your doctoral studies, right? You study like normal medical things, but also spiritual strangeness, right? Being a doctor in Eberron is kind of weird. You gotta study a whole lot of things. So this isn't you're not an exorcist by trade, right? But when treating people, you treat all symptoms, including, but not limited to possession. Okay. So you understand that the ghost has inhabited Zephyr's body and can't be targeted by any attacks or spells directly, except the feature that you can do in which you turn undead away from you.
I was gonna.
You may
ask
be
that,
able to
yeah.
push it out of Zephyr. That is the
Alright.
information that you get. There's more information, but that's the basics that you know right now.
All right, I'm too far away at the moment though.
Okay.
So, I have movement, but it's gonna be half movement, right?
Mm-hmm. Have movement as soon as you hit it. So, yeah.
All right, so I get 5 feet here. That's
Yep.
gonna be 10 feet. So that's 15, 25 feet.
Yep.
I'm kind of stuck here.
Yep.
All right, and then. Yep. Oh yeah, he fits inside 30 feet.
Okay.
I will raise my symbol of the sovereign host, and we're gonna channel undead again.
Okay.
Channel the divinity yet again.
How many of those do you have a day? 2, right?
I have 2 a day.
Oh, that's
my
but
second
there's
one.
short rest though, if I recall. That's your short rest thing. So you should be good. Okay. It's a save, right?
Yes.
What's the save?
15 is my save.
Hold on. Okay.
Yeah, get out of there.
Nice.
You see as Zephyr begins to move forward and like begins to take an aggressive stance towards Alaric, like the scene out of Doctor Strange where his like spirit gets punched out. Like you see the ghost just get punched right out of Zephyr, and the ghost immediately pops right back out, and is like much more present and no longer like looking as ghostly like. And it's looking aggressively right at you, Rick.
All right.
But you have successfully pushed the ghost out of Zephyr.
Yep. Well, Valerian, hope you can take care of this.
Yeah, I
That's my entire turn.
Okay, yeah, Valerian, it's your turn.
I don't know what the fuck to do to this thing. I'm not frightened any longer, though, right?
No, you're no longer frightened because there was a point in time where you couldn't see it anymore. So, yeah, you're good.
Shoot it with a spell.
10, So this is also difficult terrain, right? Because I'm on
You
a rope
pulling
still?
yourself back via rope. Yeah, it's still difficult terrain.
And I'm no longer frightened, so I will do that. I
Okay.
will. Laren's very frail hands will.
Yeah,
Start,
you're like you're not like at 70 yet, but your body is aging like second by second. Like every like 20 seconds is another year on your life, and you're feeling it kind of thing.
So I will get that close, and I will. I want to see if a thunder wave will hit this. Let me see if I can get a 15-foot cube.
Does it target? Can you choose who it targets?
No, it's just in front of me.
Okay.
So it will also hit Zephyr.
If you're casting from your sheet, you may be able to drop a template on there.
Okay.
Yeah, use like click on it and say like use spell and like show template. You might be able to. The template should pop up.
Okay, perfect.
Place measure template. There you go.
Could I cast it from right here to not hit Zephyr? Or would it have
Try
to be
to
right in
place
front
the
of me?
measure template and see if you can put it where you can put it. Boom, bam. All right, Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Let's find out. Man, my saves are rolling like shit. All right. So what kind of damage is this?
This is thunder damage, and he is pushed 10 feet away from me on this.
Okay.
10 feet away.
So you pushed 10 feet away from you?
Yep.
Okay. So he'll go 10 feet this way. It's force movement. And he takes half of this lightning damage. He seems not as reasonably affected, but he is now corporeal to the point where he is affected by this damage.
Okay. Yeah, it's thunder damage, by the way, not like...
Oh, excuse me. Let me double check then. Hold on. No, it's still resistant.
Okay.
Yep. What else are you doing?
Okay, and that is... Yeah, that's my turn.
Okay.
Oh, do I actually do hex damage to him? As well?
I believe so, yeah. How much hex damage does it affect?
It's just 1d6. It's
1d6.
necrotic damage, too, so I don't know if that
Hold on. Nah, that don't do shit. You
Okay,
feel the
yep.
hex try to sink in, and you see it doesn't have any effects. He is immune to necrotic
Okay.
damage.
Well, that is my turn.
Okay. Zephyr, recently recovered, like shakes off his body and like does a head roll, flaps his wings, and darts right back towards this ghost. The old
His ass.
pop pop. Womp.
Kill 1-2, buckle my
Womp.
Oh, nice.
Key points. Another set of key points. Got 2 key points left. Sorry for the plane that's flying outside. Yeah, okay, both of those strike. And they are magical, so bump. Bump. And a third one. So he just hit it from me 1 time, hit it from me 3 times. As he's just like slowly rolling this ghost down. This crew member seems to be injured past the point of what people would recognize. He's bloodied. Toad. Spider Toad. What is Spider Toad doing?
Bite the ghost. Bite the ghost.
Is that Thunderwave still there, Valerian?
No, I don't know how to delete it either.
Oh, I got it.
Kind of cool looking though.
Yeah, it is cool
Yeah, it
looking.
is kind of cool.
It's in the measure templates section, so I got rid of it though. You're good.
So spiders can't fly. But hypothetically speaking, if a spider leaped off of a ship in the middle of space towards a ghost,
Uh-huh.
what are the odds a spider could reach the target?
So you will just basically start floating towards the target. If you hit them, your momentum can be stopped. But if you miss them, you will keep moving at the momentum that you started at.
In the direction that
You'll move in the direction that you're going at the momentum that you jump off at. Yeah, it's like you jumping off of a ship trying to like jump. It's space rules. Think space logic.
Worst case scenario, I end up back on our ship, guys. I think Spider Toad's gonna leap at the ghost, floating in midair.
Please
and try
roll to bite midair, Spider Toad.
Amazing. Okay.
Fucking D&D. Hits! Piercing damage and poison damage are both halved.
And then hold on, let me roll my
Yeah, your acid damage.
acid damage. So it's 2 separate. Constitution saving throws. It's 1 for the poison damage from the bite, which is a DC 11, and then a DC 15 for the extra acid damage. Or sorry, for the effect of the acid damage.
Okay. So 4 element. Okay. This thing is so... Okay. All right. So piercing poison. So the save is to take the poison damage?
So on the bite attack, there's a DC 11 save to take poison damage. We take half on a fail. And then there's a DC 15 Constitution saving throw for him to get a -2 to his AC from the acid effect.
-2 to the AC for the acid attack. Okay. So regardless of what the save is on the poison damage, it's immune, so it doesn't matter. But he definitely just failed the Constitution save for the -2 to his AC. And so the next time someone strikes at him, he's got -2 to his AC?
For the next minute, he's got -2 to his AC.
For the next minute?
Ooh.
Is that from the spider? What is that from?
It's from the Elemental Fury. It says,
that's...
reduces the target's AC by half of your Wisdom modifier. Have a +4.
Wow.
That's strong. Okay, I'm fucking with it. Okay. All right. Yeah, this guy now has a 9 AC. Okay, so you managed to hold you're like being held still. Your momentum is stopped because you're literally like wrapped around this ghostly creature. Okay, so you have no momentum where you are. Is that your turn?
Absolutely.
Okay.
As a bonus action, I think Toad like tries to use the Cloak of Billowing every time that he can. So I think Toad concentrates really hard on the Cloak of Billowing as a bonus action, and maybe just like wiggles the spider abdomen.
Yeah, I was just about to say the spider's butt wiggles.
Yeah.
Okay. The ghost is super low on HP. Let's see if it gets back. Hey, Toad, roll me a d6, please.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay.
You got
50
lucky.
years.
You got lucky. You got lucky. But you are getting hit with this necrotic withering touch.
Oh.
Grabs onto the spider for 13 necrotic damage.
Shrugging that off. I have 7 hit points left, guys. In Spider Toad
In
form.
Spider Toad form. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have your
another
normal.
20.
Yeah. You're still a tank. Okay. You're floating around, and this creature's like this blue visage is like these hand marks are on the legs as it like grabs both of the largest legs, like trying to hold you away. It's trying to take you with it. Alric. A giant spider and a ghostly creature are locked in combat. What are you doing?
Yeah, at this distance, and Alaric can't get in there. As glad as he is to see the spider, or sorry, to see the ghost be purged. Getting into that melee with the tentacle arm seems a little bit difficult.
Yeah.
At this point, he's trying to find like a firing center using his lightning launcher. So he'll be attacking using that while holding on to the line.
Got it. Roll to hit. It has lower AC now.
Yeah.
That definitely hits. Twice. How do you destroy this last creature?
Nice.
So its AC is reduced. It was purged. I want to say like this is a creature that's already been fading. I don't know what it does to a ghost to attempt to possess something and then to be expelled. But like at this point, I think between Toad's like elemental damage on it, like this is a spirit already in tatters. And so by the time like the launchers like the launcher land, it frays apart, much like the hull behind, or like the hull of the ship behind the spirit.
This thing fractures, and like before, there's frustration and anger, but then acceptance and closes its eyes almost in a blissful look. And we are now out of initiative. Let's.
Toad just kind of like rolls over and is like upside down in space now.
Yeah,
To hold on.
we'll resolve that after a break. We'll see how we get Spider Toad back from the middle of dangling in space. So let's do a 10-minute break. Come back at 8:45. Okay.
Okay.
Oh
Sounds
boy.
good.
All right, we are back. So, you have defeated the incorporeal, ethereal ghosts that have drifted out to attack you and harass you as you attempt to board their derelict space galleon. And we have a giant spider floating in midair.
Yeah, we gotta have a spider rescue operation real quick, I think.
Yeah.
Spider Toad will just shoots a web at the ghost ship,
Yeah.
and
I suppose that works, right? Like,
Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
spider
cool.
climb up the web.
Yeah. That's cool enough. I'll allow it.
spiders are kind of well suited to space, I guess.
Space spiders.
Right? Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Also, we need to deal with Valerian now being
Please
geriatric.
help me.
So, yeah, can we reconvene maybe on our ship instead of the ghost ship?
Yeah, I
And,
think Valerian's
patch our
kind of like
wounds.
very slowly walking over.
If DM allows it, I will get back on the Dragonhawk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You guys are easily able to move over. Toad, what is your spider's passive perception?
17.
17. Okay, so it keeps the same as you. You hear more movement in the boat. But nothing is coming out, but you hear movement
All right.
underneath you.
Spider Toad's also gonna climb across.
Okay. Yep.
Uh,
All right. Before we patch up our wounds, I need to inspect Valerian. So is he cursed? Is this something I can reverse? What check would I make as far as that goes?
Make me a... First of all, make me a medicine check.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give him a quick physical.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bend over and cough.
I have a heart palpitation.
Yeah, it looks like rheumatoid arthritis. Oh my god.
My mouth is full. You almost made me spit out my food. Okay, so it's definitely, right? Besides him aging, he looks relatively healthy. Like, he could fight right now, but he's gonna have arthritis for a few years. Now roll me a religion.
Okie dokie.
Can I assist him in the religion check?
Yeah, go for it.
What does that mean? As far as mechanically?
Oh,
Take advantage, right?
either both of you can roll, or one person can roll with advantage. Either or.
I have +4 to religion. Do you have any higher than that?
I also have +4.
You can roll it then.
Okay.
Tell me how you feel. Talk to God real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
I've got a little bit of wisdom in my old age.
Yeah, right.
so yeah, this is definitely a... Okay, hold on. Let me read this over.
Yeah, is this like some kind of curse that can be undone?
The
or is Valerian
aging
just old
effect can be reversed with a greater restoration spell.
enough? Well, don't have that.
But you get the
Oh,
sense
no.
that if you don't do it soon, the aging is going to set. And when I mean soon, like within a day.
I have lesser restoration. Huh.
Can you help me, Rick?
It's a little outside of my expertise at this point.
What do we do?
Well, I'd love to explore this this haunted ghost ship, but I think actually we maybe need to go and get Valerian, find someone who can help Valerian out, because otherwise he's gonna be like permanently old forever. I guess in a sense we all will, you know, if you really think about it. But in his case, it's gonna happen much sooner than it should.
You don't have 5th level spell slots, do you?
I do not.
I was like, what level is that spell? Oof. What are you up to now? You're up to 3rd level?
I'm
Oh.
3rd level only. Yeah.
Okay.
That station that had taught us the basics of graviturgy might have access to services or know of a spellcaster powerful enough to cast Greater Restoration.
Yeah, I guess a scroll of greater restoration would work even.
Mm-hmm.
But if we are saying it's gonna take if it's sets, then it's set. Time is of the essence. Do we think we could? I don't think we could get back to that place before
That's
happens.
What is the what's the time limit on? Well, I mean, not time limit. What's how long would it take?
Okay, you're trying to go back to the Rings of
several
Sybaris?
days, right? Yeah.
So, let's look at the map. You are like a day away from Ulrun. So you're about, we'll say you're 3 days away from Eberron. So you are, we'll say you are 3 days away from the Ring of Sybaris. So, make me one more medicine check.
Okay, dokie. I'm gonna say, like, how can I preserve Valerian?
Yep.
I do have graceful repose. That only works on corpses, but you know, if he's
I'm about to be a corpse.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, so medicine.
Mhm.
Sorry, I'm like still learning the character sheet.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, me too. Shit.
I'm gonna go ahead and just inspiration.
Yeah, that's probably
inspiration
smart.
for
That's
one
probably
on this one. First time I've had a reroll. I have a +7, man. I mean,
Yeah.
It's crazy.
13 is okay. I'll leave it at a 13.
Okay. Yeah, there may be something that you can do to extend it, right? Like, you need the stronger version. You have heard tale of a stronger version of this restoration spell that you have, right?
Yeah, maybe I can extend it by just a lesser restoration then. If it's not going to completely reverse it, but maybe it'll buy him some time. Can I try that?
Yeah, you can try it. Right? It's a matter of if the body is setting into this new age. So,
at the very least, I can expend some of my energy to give him a little more time while we try to find a permanent solution to this.
Yep.
If this works, I will go ahead and spend a spell slot and lesser restoration and see how Valerian feels afterwards.
Valerian, roll me a roll me a straight d20.
Luck check.
Pretty good. If it's high.
You
and
feel
if
like
high is good.
your body is not, you're getting body dysmorphia in that you recognize that your body is feeling not like how you feel truly. And as such, you feel uncomfortable in your own skin. And you get the sense that while there was a creeping sense of comfortness at first, that comfortness has ebbed and faded away after the casting of lesser restoration. You don't feel comfortable in this old man body. This is not who you are. This is not your identity as a 70-year-old man. This is not you. You have bought him some time. You don't know how much time.
Uh-oh.
Maybe something on the ship, their ship, could help us.
That'd be a long shot, I feel like. But
Long shot for sure.
I mean, we don't know how much time you got. How long is it going to take us to get back to the rings again?
It's gonna take you 3 days.
Around
3 days?
You can push your ship faster, right? I will say this, right? For like just standard Spelljammers travel, you can try to push your ship faster. However, there's a chance you still have to make random encounter rolls. So there's a chance that you could be fucked up, and there's a chance the ship could be damaged. So basically, in a random encounter.
Click, 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 click.
Okay.
Is it like a Charlotte's Web situation where you created a message?
Some Valerian.
I imagine Toad is like hanging from the mast of the ship or something, and it's like just making a little web, just building a little nest.
Oh my gosh!
Spider instincts taking over.
Yeah.
Going feral.
You're making a hammock up there.
I imagine Oak Blossom is very displeased with this behavior.
She's actually strangely interested in this.
Yeah, it reminds her of Thelanis.
Yeah. You think creatures don't crawl up into her hair and make a nest in there every once in a blue moon?
You'd be like an accessory, really.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll work out a deal. Like Toad will create patterns for Oak Blossom as we travel.
Silk
It's
very valuable.
it's good adhesive. You know, you can lay her timber branches down right onto her scalp. They'll be late.
Amazing.
Yes.
I think Toad will drop reluctantly out of spider form.
Oh.
Come join the conversation and say, and I think turn to Zephyr and say, Zephyr, do you know if any among the Goliaths would have access to this ability?
He is like rewrapping his wrist, his like fist wraps, and just kind of like recovering from the fight. And he like looks up at the mention of his name. He's a little surprised you're including him. I can't say anything of the Goliaths. My people... There may be one that I have not met. But the captain spoke of her leadership on the other side of the plane. And presumably they would have crossed over into Zarantir by now. It's possible.
Alaric essentially like does like the mental math of just like how much time it would like wants to do the mental math of like figure out how much time it would take to search the ship for something that might help, and how much how significant that would be compared to like the travel time.
Yeah, our math guy needs to figure out the percentage, you know.
Okay, so you're trying to see if there's something on the boat that can be used to fix this issue?
Essentially, it'd be like based on what we know and like possible locations we can get to.
Mm-hmm.
Does searching the ship like seem to make a significant difference in that like time calculation of like 24 hours, give or take the benefit of like lesser restoration? Like, can
yeah, I think I get what you're getting at.
Destination is like, can the Dragonhawk increase its speed such that it could make like a 3-day trip in like 1 day?
So make me a Magister check.
Okay.
So
and then -1.
Yes, -1 for everything. So
Inspiration?
I have used it.
Okay.
I will give you one of my inspirations. I have 3.
Oh. Ooh, thank you. I'll gladly take it.
Okay.
Much better.
So let me see here. I am going back into our works on what you have done on the ship, right? Because you were attempting to already do some retrofitting onto the craft itself, right? If I recall correctly. So you... I thought we were trying to do something with like the engine, or am I misremembering that? That would have been a long time ago, though.
I don't recall the engine being the focus from...
Was? Okay, maybe I'm misremembering that? Okay. So... Yeah, I see what you're meaning. Yeah. Okay. Make me an intelligence check.
Okay.
Just flat intelligence check.
Not bad.
No, not bad at all.
There are those high numbers.
Okay, so these are good numbers. I will say this. You're currently experimenting on upgrading the ship to use the Rift Vault technology, right? It's like a short-range teleport, right?
Yes.
I will say, with these rolls, with like 26 and a 24 roll. That's a 19 on intelligence. Damn. You can sacrifice all the progress that you've currently made on that project, and you'll roll for some damage to the ship. That can be repaired, but it'll be damage to the ship. And you can make that trip in 1 day. In 24 hours. You can make it back to the Ring of Cerberus in 24 hours. Or less.
Okay.
You can.
And would this jump be like just straight damage, or would this be like, you know, the risk of like being caught in something during the jump?
It's not necessarily one big teleport. You are going to be bastardizing the short range teleport ability to basically add micro jumps to your already traveling ship. You're basically making the Dragonhawk skip faster.
That's badass. We gotta do this shit.
Yeah, that sounds super cool. There is like a moment where, and this technology, does it connect? Like, is this something that would have to be managed with Oak Blossom as well? Like, is this inherently tied to her?
This is a helm upgrade. No, there is no threat to Oak Blossom. With your height, because your rolls are so high, there is no threat to Oak Blossom. That is what you have prevented. You have prevented threats to Oak Blossom. You are just going to be rolling to see how much you damage his ship. And like I said, that 1500 scrap and those 1 out of 2 days are covered. That's gone. So you lose all that progress. Make sense?
Gotcha. Yeah. Seeing Valerian, like just aged way before his time, like there is this moment of just like the math being the sheer scope of what he's trying to do, with like the necessity of inflicting damage on the Dragonhawk. Like he proposes this route, this scrapping of progress, and the possibility of making a series of jumps, of skips in space-time to get to the Ring of Cerberus within the time limit.
And that's where you're going. Like, you're going to the Ring of Cerberus, right? Not Durantier.
I think Ring of Cerberus.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say, like, they have scrolls at the very least, right?
Mm-hmm.
So even if they don't necessarily have someone there who can cast Greater Restoration, we might be able to find a scroll and purchase it from them or bargain for it in some way. Like that seems like, because they are the repository of knowledge as far as we know in this place. So
yeah.
And this is before like having. We're reasonably sure that no one else on the crew could cast.
Yes, you do not have anyone. That's an easy answer. You don't even need to roll. The highest spell slot that anyone can cast on your boat is 3rd level.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yep. Currently.
Yeah. This is something that he proposes, and this, because he's a ship's magister, not a helmsman. He leaves that decision up to them. It's like I think it's within the bounds. I think that Rick, you could, even if we're lacking for time, I think we could find a route to reach the station and have a reasonable chance of finding someone who could halt this progress permanently or reverse it at the station.
I mean, that's about the best suggestion I can think of. I mean, my other plan was we kill him and then I revivify him, which I don't even know if that would work. So I don't know about that.
I'm not sure I want to die.
I mean, you come back to life. It wouldn't be. I just don't even know if it would actually work. It might just kill you for nothing.
Yeah,
But that's
revivify.
my only other plan.
Revivify. We haven't come into this yet, but revivify. Right? I don't just. There's some. It's a skill challenge to do it. Just fair warning.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the revivify
So,
as written is super plain. So.
I'm just saying, that's the only other option. So you better hope Alaric's plan works. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe it's catching up to me. I've been alive in Thelanis for maybe 30 years, but it's been maybe 100 in Eberron.
Yeah,
so
yeah. You're about closer to the age of what you're actually lived.
yeah, I like to imagine that there's like just a hint of recognition of the royal bloodline. Like he could pass off as a distant cousin of the queen or something.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh.
Yep, you could. You definitely have some of those features. Yep.
Your birthday cakes must look like bonfires.
Well, I think time is of the essence, so let's see what we can do. Do we want to just abandon this ship? I mean, I would hate for us to lose something of value on my account.
Signy,
It's a ghost ship. Oh yeah, good.
Signy can also, as your navigator, transpose because the ship isn't moving. It's really easy for her to mark it where it is. Signy can redirect our crew back to this location if you should need to do it. But she says that she only knows the location, like the way the stars move. You can only do it for about a week. She can only give you the good coordinates for about 7 days.
I really want to come back.
I propose that either we keep it here or we scuttle the craft entirely. I don't know if you saw the expressions on each of those spirit faces, but they seem to prefer oblivion.
Yeah, we might need to do a whole detailed exorcism, if you know what I mean, when we come back. I think, given the timetable here, we can maybe manage both. Get Valerian to the Ring of Cerberus and then come back.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's. I don't think Phantom will recognize me if I keep getting older. So let's try to.
I mean, you got nothing much else going for you except for your charming good looks. So we really got to get this undone.
that's. You're not wrong.
Oh, your eyes are terrible.
Start squinting.
Oh,
Who's
no.
that talking?
That's true. Oh no, we gotta go.
We gotta go. Okay.
Your teeth, your ears. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, Alaric starts calling out for everything that's not strapped down to be strapped down.
Yeah.
For everything to be secured as possible.
How many of you have seen Spaceballs?
We're about to hit
not.
Sealed and close the zoo.
Hmm.
Okay. I love it. All right. Okay. All right. So you can't get out of damaging the ship. You're gonna damage the ship. All right. That's just the matter of fact. It's about how badly you damage the ship. So the Dragon Hawk, supercharged by this bastardization of this Rift Vault technology. Valerian, you sit in the helm. And
I imagine nobody's on deck anymore. Everybody's got to be.
Everyone
inside.
is off deck. Yeah, because the air bubble usually protects you from small meteors, but the damage is coming from the fact that you are almost going faster than what your air bubble can protect you from. So the ship is taking damage from all these micro meteors impacting your ship. So Valerian, you sit in the craft and you feel like you were driving a Miata and now you're driving a Ferrari.
Okay.
But it's a very unstable Ferrari. It's viable to break at any second.
It's got a bit of kick to it.
Okay. Even Zephyr is going downstairs. He is not staying up on deck. Everyone goes down. Okay. So, is there anything else you want to do before you punch it?
Take a sip of some coffee. Bell made earlier, and I think I'm good.
I will give Valerian some guidance.
Okay. All right. So, Alric, check. You give a thumbs up to your bastardization, and you know this will not work again. If you do this again, you may lose all of the materials to construct this technology.
Gotcha.
You'd have to find another ship with another Rift Vault tech, which you know of a few.
There's a moment where it's like he'll think of like the investment, but what a send off, right? Like if anything, this moment might make all of that effort worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing something no one's done before.
Right.
Go boldly where no one else has gone before. All right, hit it, Valerian. I need a arbiter check.
All right. No more horrible rolls, imagine. Okay, wow.
Okay. All right.
You want to add that D4?
Yeah.
Do you want inspiration?
So okay, guidance is only going to work for a short time. You're flying for 24 hours.
Yeah.
So
okay.
Yeah. Each of these
Well, I don't have
checks
any
is
inspiration.
8 hours. So
I will give you inspiration. I'll give you inspiration. I have one left.
okay, go for it.
We got a lot better.
Okay. So Valerian, as you skyrocket through, you start feeling the ship ricketing around. Alrich, I need you to roll me a 1d10, please. The ship takes only one damage from these micrometeors that continue to impact. Okay, that's the first 8-hour leg. You are cruising through the stars, passing by all the different... You've passed by the fields and clouds of the jammer leeches, and you feel age start to rip back into you. You feel the familiarity of this old age start to creep back, and it's going to set in unless you get there on time. Roll me another arbiter check. The fear of aging grips you as you skyrocket through, skipping through space. Alric, I need you to roll me 4d10 this time.
Oh.
No biggie, no biggie, no biggie.
The Dragonhawk suffers 19 damage as you fly through an asteroid field that is particularly dense. You're shaken.
I wonder what it sounds like. This must be like the sound of crazy hail.
Crazy hail.
But
massive hail. Yep. All right, Valerian.
I'm going to lead the crew below deck in a prayer circle.
Kumbaya? Okay.
Yeah, just like,
all right.
Because we're through this asteroid field, and it's like everyone's freaking out,
8 times 8. Yeah, so...
Who does Rick pray to?
The Sovereign Host.
Yeah. Yeah, who do you pray to for our successful journey?
We got a whole big pantheon. Let me pull up the pantheon.
Yeah, the Sovereign Host has a bunch of pantheon people in it.
I think there is one for bravery. Let me pull it up.
Mm-hmm. While you're doing that, Valerian, we're at 16 hours.
16 hours, yeah.
Roll me one more arbiter check.
Okay. Just gonna say, as we're zooming past, and I feel like the energy, it's almost like energy being sucked out as the youth is being sucked out. And I'm just gonna, oh, Blossom, I'm sorry. We'll make it together.
She's just like, shit!
I will happily give you another inspiration.
What a team player.
Uh-huh. You're gonna need it.
It's kicking in.
Thank you.
Not much better.
It's a little bit better. Alric, roll me 3d10, please.
Okay.
Oh boy.
The Dragonhawk takes 17 more damage from these meteors as the Ring of
I want to
Sybaris.
say like in this montage, like I don't think like the dialogue goes. I want to say like that part is silent. It's just like the sound of like all of these like micrometeors like tearing through deflector panels, or like the the wood, the hull of the of the dragon hawk, and I don't know how like power courses through. I don't know if it's like steam or something like that, but this is a moment where like light changes and like emergency lights or sirens start like strobing through the halls.
Yep. The crew is a little bit battered from going through, but it's negligible for you, Rick. As a surgeon, you're able to stabilize everyone and keep everyone okay. The bumpiest cooking session you've ever had, Toad. You're doing your best to feed the crew, but it's rough.
I gotta stick to chili. Oh, I do even want chili though. You're gonna spill the chili, like.
Oh, like episode of Office.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Toad would have tried to cook. I think it would have been like a jerky rations kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of experience. I think Toad probably would have spent more time like in like Fox, like little tiny like Cooper.
Yeah.
Food,
yeah.
And sent Cooper out and like try to just keep everybody calm.
Okay.
With
you being a therapy cute fox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional support fox.
Emotional support fox. Do you know who doesn't need emotional support? Chief Gus. He sleeps for like 12 hours. He doesn't give a fuck. Alric, stop blowing holes in my ship. Very much that energy. You're doing your best to keep the ship running, this bastard tech running. And as much as the ship is getting torn apart, you, after 24 long hours, find yourself on the edge of the Ring of Sybaris. Valerian, you can feel the solidification coming. You have a matter of hours. That lesser restoration bought you a few hours at most.
Okay. I was just I think especially after the 24 hours, because it's 24 hours straight too, right? So I wouldn't.
You would
get exhaustion.
You would take a level of exhaustion. That's correct.
Yeah. So I think with the youth being sucked out, and especially it's setting in, and he's getting to the 70s, 65, 70s. He just is trying to convince himself to make peace with it in case it doesn't work out. So he's just all smiles, and he's all checking on everybody else as he leaves the Arbiter seat.
Okay.
When you pop out of the Arbiter seat, do you have like a long Methuselah beard and like?
I think the beard is definitely down to his chest almost, and it's all gray. It's just it was salt and pepper for a second. Now it's just all gray.
Looking like the king from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking rough, my guy. Okay. Your team stumbles off the ship, the main deck, onto, as I pull up the map for the Ring of Sybaris, back onto the Arcane Research Facility. So, let me go ahead and pull you there now. Aaron is staying on the ship. You all drag in. You're basically carrying Valerian in at this point.
Yeah, me and Toad got him. Well, I guess I can't really carry him, so it's like Toad and Alaric.
Toad and Alaric are carrying him. That's fair. And you're greeted again by Archmage Drakar, and he greets you again and says, "Welcome back, travelers."
Hey, it's a new crew member. His name's Gary.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. That's Valerian. He got cursed by a ghost. We need a great restoration. Anybody know how to cast that? Do you know? Real quick. It's about to get permanent.
Archmage Drakar turns to his scribe and says, "Run down to the library and fetch one of the scrolls, please."
Yeah, we'll gladly trade for it. That'll be no problem.
Right away, sir. The scribe runs downstairs and goes to grab you. The scribe. Negotiation of payment. Greater Restoration is a 5th level spell. That spell is going to cost you 1,500.
Yeah.
Or something equivalent.
What do we got?
We're flush with cash, y'all. We sold
That's
a bunch
true.
of the worm poison.
You know what? Get an extra one just in case if we're gonna go back to that ship anyway. If we're that flush with cash, we have.
Honestly,
I think the last one I have is that we had 9,000 gold.
I also have
Rick,
9,400 some up.
Rick, roll me a 1d4.
Okay. 3.
They have 3 scrolls.
Nice.
We'll take 2.
Okay. So that's 3 grand. So what are you paying? Are you paying them with gold, or are you paying them with some other resource?
I start throwing individual coins at them. Yeah, no, I think we're just gonna give them. We're just gonna give them the gold. Right?
Okay.
We have the 9,000 represents our stock of gold, not just like the
gold,
accumulated. It's not like that's not our capital. That's like how much actual liquid currency.
Yeah, I think our salvage is different.
Salvage,
yeah, different.
Yeah, salvage is different.
We sold I think it was 5 vials of worm poison.
If you guys want, right, I added a thing on the Dragonhawk ship's sheet that has like the salvage tracker. If you guys want to also have like a gold pile there, you can do it that way too, because you also have the purple worm meat there too. So however y'all want to track stuff. So
I think if we're just pulling liquid currency, then I think we're just gonna pull out of the bank,
okay,
the Dragonhawk bank, and give them the raw coinage.
The patron funds, got it. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just pulling from the bank of Ondair. I like it.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So you are able to do so, and you are given 2 scrolls of greater restoration.
Alrighty.
Now,
so
Rick.
Tell me how this works, DM.
Yes. Now, Rick, when you are casting a spell that is from your spell list, but it's higher level than what you have, you need to do a spell. You need to do a spell casting check. Okay. So the DC is 10 plus the spell level. So
15.
So it's 15. You use your spell casting modifier.
All right, wisdom.
Yep. So wisdom. So it's so whatever your plus is, right? So if you go to your sheet,
it's +4. Yeah.
well, it's going to be higher, I believe, for your. Well, hold on. Let me see.
I mean, like, if you're talking about a spell attack, I have a +7 in that.
Oh no. Okay, you're right. It is a +4. So yeah. So it's. Yeah, I'm just looking at stuff.
You're good.
It's been forever since I've looked at a character sheet.
Yeah, so my spell DC
Yeah,
is 15,
it's the modifier is +4.
+4.
Yes, so it's 1d20 +4.
Wait, Toad's gonna slap Rick on the back and you've got this. No worries. And
gotcha. Is there any way I can?
Is it guidance?
Yeah.
Enhance
guidance would a bless work? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, so hold on. So I will say that. Okay, so you're giving him what? Advantage on wisdom checks?
Yeah.
So because your spellcasting ability is wisdom, I will say that yes, this applies to allow you to roll this check with advantage.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
I'm checking to see if I got any other thing I can finagle my way into.
Yeah, take your
I think,
time.
as they're like preparing for the ritual, I think Valerian is just, still all smiles and says, Rick, it's okay. Whatever happens, it's okay.
You're not dying. I'm not gonna let you die.
I got a good 10 more years in me.
All right. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, you could just roll a wisdom check at advantage.
Yeah. Bless is not gonna help me. Would guidance help or no?
Guidance is a skill check, right?
Yeah. So it's not.
It's not a skill check. This is
and bless is D4 for a attack or saving throw.
Yeah,
so
that does.
Not a saving throw. This is just an ability check.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. I'll roll with advantage then.
Yep.
Hachi Machi. Well, good thing we got one more scroll.
I will give you my last remaining inspiration.
Okay.
Oh my!
If you're gonna spend it.
Yep.
Might as well.
So you get one more d20.
Advantage, right? Or
yes. Yeah. I am. Yeah. So like it lets you reroll whatever roll that is, and if it's advantage,
okay.
yes.
Both of those were under 10.
So technically, she just gave you 2 extra rolls.
Yeah.
And also, do we want to leverage our God, what was that extra roll that we get?
Your domain roll.
Domain.
Yeah.
Your domain
There
roll. Yeah. I don't think you'll need to use it here because he beat the DC. But yeah, for the future, don't forget you guys have that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you have the roll. I think, what does it do? It's it's a D4. I think it's bumped up to D6 for you guys.
D6 now,
and you guys haven't used any yet, so you have 5 D6s, and you can add. You basically make it. Basically you can make an enemy's saving throw DC much higher. So you can if you force something to do a save, you can make it a much harder thing. So, yep. Okay. Yeah, so with the 17, expending that second spell scroll, Valerian, you feel your skin growing tighter, your wrinkles fading away, your body dysmorphia beginning to also fade away. You are becoming slowly, again, the young man Valerian that everyone knows.
Yes.
It'll take about 10 minutes, but after those 10 minutes, you are back to your normal age.
Salt and pepper hair comes back a little bit, you know?
It's like,
I think the beard.
Here.
Yeah. I think that, I mean, the time, I feel like the hair wouldn't go away, so he still has a pretty big beard, but it's getting a little bit more salt and pepper. The color's coming back to it.
Yeah, the beard wouldn't shrink, would it? You just have a big, bushy, but like fully colored beard now.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. You've managed to prevent your aging by 70 years.
Whew.
That would have had long-term consequences for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys have
Rick,
managed
that's
to.
the second time you've saved me.
Yeah.
Countless times if we count the before, but thank you, Rick. Seriously, I don't know what I would do without you. I'd be 70 is what I would do without you.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
Okay.
Well, that was scary actually. I mean, like legitimately, holy cow.
It was really scary. I mean, I had to start to come to terms with it. I thought this was it. I thought the Thalanis reverse aging or stopping my age really, I thought it was just all coming back up to me, you know? Just a cosmic karma.
Honestly, and the trip here was pretty terrifying too. To be honest, that was. We gotta repair the Dragonhawk. Also,
I need a little sleep.
I got electrocuted. We never really addressed that. I'm still kind of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Tom, how you holding up? You kind of look like you're leaking some oil over there.
Oh, you know, hanging in there.
Hey, Mr. Jakar, do you have a barber as well? Because I think Valerian maybe needs a quick little cut up.
I can see if anyone is interested. Let me check.
Rick, I use knives all the time. I'm sure I can give Valerian a beard trim.
Yeah, chef, barber. Pretty similar.
I've never done it before, but I assume the skill transfers over.
Yeah, just look at your awesome mustache. Clearly that's well trimmed.
It used to be the barbers were once the community surgeons.
That's
true. Hey, that's true. I could do it.
You to cut your.
Maybe you both do it. Maybe
take turns. I don't understand.
Okay. I like this. Okay.
One gets the hair, one gets the beard, maybe.
Okay.
No. Valerian, you got it's the visual novel romance. You got to pick which one.
Oh no!
This is the fork in the path. You got to pick which one's gonna trim your beard.
I'll do it. I don't. That's a question for you. I don't care. I mean, I kind of like the beard, if I'm honest.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, then yeah, they can. You chose the third.
It's a little bit more professional to keep it though.
The true neutral.
Take it off. Yeah, the true neutral.
It looks very, almost, dare I say, captain-y.
Yeah, don't worry, Valerian. You're not the captain of the ship or anything.
He had his Riker moment. He grew the beard.
Ooh.
Yeah. Plot development. Okay. All right. Y'all were pretty fucked up. Do you need anything else? Do you want to do? Yeah, you guys can stay here. You guys can port here for a day if you need to. While you're here, do you need anything? You know that they have a decent amount of scrolls.
We have the one reserve Greater Restoration. I can't think of anything else. If anyone has any ideas.
You don't have a reserved Greater Restoration. You used both of them.
Oh.
Unless you buy that third one.
Yeah. Do we want to do that? If we're gonna investigate that ghost ship again, is it worth it or?
I
mean, it's good for others.
Did you wait? Hold on. I take that back. Yeah, no, you only used one. I'm so sorry. Yeah, no, you still have one more Greater Restoration spell. My bad.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Allie.
What do we got money for if we're not gonna spend it? So what else are we gonna get, guys?
I mean, part of it is like I assume they have a shipyard, right, to like actually perform the ship repairs. So I imagine like Alaric would like
So they do not have one here.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is an observatory. They do not have a ship. Like you're currently like just docked on a platform, but there's no ship. They don't have ships of their own. You're not going to be able to find somewhere to like do like a dry dock. You're not going to find anywhere unless that community already has ships of their own. So.
Gotcha.
So you know there's one on Zorantir.
We could also, while we're here, Alric, I would be happy to help you maybe research some more of the technology we just used. I mean, the feeling was phenomenal. It was exhilarating, really. Very, very uncontrollable almost, but if we could perfect it, I think we have something really special there.
Yeah,
if nothing else,
there's a moment where like Alex, nods, and it's like there's, I could feel like already, the improvements we could make in the future. I don't know what it looked like, up above. I don't know what it's like to be the skipping stone on the water. But down there, it was a sight to see.
well, maybe next time you sit in the arbiter's chair for maybe a minute, maybe an hour, maybe you try it out. Got a knack for the ship, so you and Oak Blossom seem to have a bit of a connection. Why not? And I think, if I remember correctly, this is where we both kind of learned a little bit of graviturgy, right? Maybe they'll know a little bit more about, if not only a way to travel faster, but even other ways to enhance our ship or enhance our training, really. I really did enjoy training the graviturgy with you. I think we bounced off each other pretty well.
Yeah, there's a level where like Alec hears this it's like a research proposition. It's like, of course, it's like coming here. It's perfect. I've never wanted to come back to a station so quickly. What a way to go.
I do love this place. I think Valerian also kind of feels like this is a little bit of a research project.
Gotcha. Oh, yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yes. Thank you.
I think I'm just looking for any type of book or any type of research that would relate to the use of graviturgy to enhance a ship movement. I imagine there's probably not a lot on it, but this is the same place that we learned graviturgy. So okay. Right.
Nice.
Right. Okay. That makes sense.
I can't
Really
think of anything off the top of
anything.
my head.
Yeah, same.
We all grew a little closer today.
Fucking did it again. I fucking did it again. I muted myself again.
Oh, the muted.
It wasn't that long. It's only been for maybe 30 minutes. It's not that bad.
Okay, that's good.
But yeah, okay. So, not even 30 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so you got what you needed with your book, and you are back on the ship, right? So, where do you guys want to go from here? Your ship's damaged. Yes.
So far, this has been good. I think we can stop right here, or we can go and finish off this ghost ship. Whatever you guys feel like doing.
Yeah, it's up to you guys.
Yeah, I
think that would be a nice
say-
world completion.
yeah.
Up to you guys though.
So, I'll tell you right now, just about the table, the ship is kind of big. We may or may not be able to finish it this session, but it's multiple floors, just like y'all's ship.
Oh, it's a dungeon crawl.
It's a mini dungeon crawl. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little
Nice.
mini dungeon.
Okay. Then I think narrative-wise, we've hit a good point.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
You guys want to pause for now then? You guys want to come back next
I'm okay
week?
with pausing.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's pick it up and we'll go do the Scooby-Doo haunted mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll do the Scooby-Doo Haunted Mansion next week.
Valerian is permanently afraid of ghosts, by the way.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. Well, back in the saddle? That was
This is fun.
In the saddle. This was so much fun. Dude. Getting back into it.
Heck yeah. I'm super glad you guys were all
Love
here,
mitigating
so-
that consequence.
Okay. Let me go ahead and end the recording. Thank you for playing.